Okay. I think. It's still acting like it's not quite right. Maybe it's got it now. Hopefully we're good. We love random, unexpected outages exactly during the live stream. So, I guess I should probably post in Discord. Get that going. Okay. Let's hope this actually works. So, go down here, get another run going. We back, hopefully permanently. I did a quick speed test. Everything looks fine, so I don't know if that was a random little like maintenance thing. Who knows? But you know, definitely like right when there's hype and stuff for Call of Wild, shooting some wolves, that's when the internet's supposed to go down. So that was good. Anyway, let's do this. If anybody has the old, like the prior link still up, because I think this will technically make a new link. If somebody could say in there, like, I don't even know if refreshing would work. Like, you'd probably have to go to the new. Let me do that. How do I even share this? Actually, can you just throw the link to the stream in Discord? Okay. We on the parents Flinter in again? No, well, I mean, we're almost parents. Does that count? Other than that, no. I don't know what the heck did that. What's up, Skarma? Going great. Good luck on today's grind. Thank you. We've already had the stream disconnect entirely once, so that's good. But hopefully that's the only time. Nice, Jacob. What'd you get, man? Thought my phone was bugging. Just Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just completely out of nowhere, straight up died. Like, it didn't nosedive down like it was, like, dropping out. Just off a cliff. EW heard us predicting everything correctly and killed the stream. They heard that talk about Great One Road Deer and they said, absolutely not. Shut that Flinter guy up. Great One spawned in and drained your internets. I did, by the way. I went and claimed a couple of wolves. And off to another run we go. Have we got this place shot down yet? Maybe. Half the wolves are kind of missing, so we'll check that in a minute. Another archery season come and gone. Man, like, I was sitting there watching the light fade yesterday, and it's, you look forward to it so much every year. And then when it's over, it's like a bittersweet feeling. Like, it was a great season. Shot a bunch of deer. Got one more video with a harvest in it yet to come out. But at the same time, you always wanted to go on. Would rather have a Great One Feral Goat than a Great One Roe Deer. I can't even remember if that's what we happened to be talking about at the time the stream died, but yeah, like, the potential for feral goats with the horn style and stuff could be neat. This hunting season went by fast to me. I thought the same thing here. And I hunted probably as hard as I ever have. Total hours, maybe more than I ever have. Like, especially factor in going to West Virginia. The fact that we have Sunday hunting now. I hunted a couple of Sundays. Went up north to hunt with Jade this past Sunday. Like, put in a lot of hours this year. But it felt like just in a blink. Because I was talking to my dad last week, I think. And maybe not even middle of last week. How about that? And we were just like talking about how much time was left. And I said, yeah, like, I told him that basically yesterday was going to be my last day to hunt. And he was like, I thought we had 3 weeks left. Like, our season runs till Friday, but I gotta get all my content prepped for when we're gonna be away, so I gotta call it quits. Started really flying by the end of October. I don't know if it's like more hours in the stand or why, but that does seem to be how it goes. Pennsylvania, Jacob. I'd want a Great One Sika Deer or Feral Goat. Are there Sika Deer in Scotland? I wouldn't hate another map with them. Still can't believe my Broncos beat the Chiefs. Waiting for Danny to come in here. He'll have some kind of Let's Ride related thing. There's some insane looking roe deer heads that I've seen that'd be perfect for a Great One. Yeah, I just think the roe deer we have now don't live up to what they could be anyway, like the real trophy roe deer and stuff in real life. Were there 2 7s? There were. That got a little awkward. One more round would have just knocked him down right there, but good enough. How long does it take for your deer to respawn? No one knows exactly how long it takes, but my personal opinion is that it's probably a lot quicker than we think. Now, the animal might not show up in the zone immediately, but I think they've respawned within a couple of minutes. And Martin, thank you for becoming a Shoosty. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Enjoy the green name, member badges, emotes in chat, and early access to uploads. So to go back to the deer respawning thing, way back in the day, before fallow deer even got a great one, great ones were a thing, I guess, by now, or by then, but fallow deer didn't have one. Kyla used to hunt fallow deer all the time, and I was on her map when we were hunting them, and I shot some, wiped out a zone, basically, because this was before smart grinding methods, turned around, and, like, I watched other ones, basically, I didn't see them, like, physically appear, but they had to have just, like, spawned in right there, and were walking into the zone. So, yeah, my personal opinion, they show up pretty darn quick. Tips on starting a YouTube channel? The main things I always tell everybody, A, make content that you would want to watch. Like, that was how I got started with this. I enjoyed watching YouTubers like Jaxybeard and Markiplier, like Let's Players, basically. But nobody was doing Let's Play content on the Hunter, and this is the Hunter Classic back then. So that was what I basically wanted to watch. Nobody was doing it, so that's what I did. The next thing I would say is try to have, like, some level of a schedule, whether that's once a week, 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever, like, some schedule that you can keep. Because that way, like, viewers sort of know when to return and expect a new video. And then the last thing, like, if you're capable of it, guides are, like, really good content for new content creators. Because it's referred to as evergreen content. The idea is, let's take Scotland. Scotland just got announced. Obviously, there are going to be a bunch of, like, searches on YouTube for, like, the Hunter Call of the Wild Scotland and Scotland trailer and all this stuff. But in 8 months, nobody's searching that. To this day, like, people are still searching, like, how to find a diamond, how to kill a great one, how to herd manage, all this stuff like that just continues to get searched. There's not, like, trends that it relies on. Is Mrs. Flinter in the house? She is. Yeah. In the stream and also in the house. How many doe tags you have left? 3. I don't know why I bought 6, to be honest with you, man. Like, I guess if everybody else hunting had, like, the worst year ever, maybe that would be reasonable. I feel like this stuff is just quiet in game right now. But, I don't know if I'll fill another one. Like, Kyla's killed one, my sister-in-law killed one, and I've shot 3 now. So, that's 5. Typically, like, we end up as a family killing 10 deer. So if we get to the second week of rifle and nobody else is shooting anything, I'll probably shoot another doe. If a couple people have killed them, I'm good just focusing on bucks. Your dad's place has the does? To kill that many? For sure, yeah. Just got my first leucistic bear single last night. Nice. Just got done watching the new map video. What do you think, man? Working on her 12 Great One Wolf. Yeah, she'll have 12 by the time the stream's over.
I'm on 10.
I thought you said you were on 9.
I just got 9.
Oh. I thought you meant you had 10. Die, please. What do you think the next great one will be? We've been talking about that a little bit. Feral goat seems like a cool idea. Roe deer seems like a cool idea. I like the potential of both of those. I also think, here's a reason that I'm leaning roe deer a little bit. Typically, a new great one gets a model redo, right? And we saw the feral goats in the trailer. They're the same as they were on Emerald Coast. Now, they got that model redo just a couple of years ago, so I wouldn't say that completely rules them out. But there were no roe deer featured in that trailer, which I thought was interesting. Somebody mentioned, you know, hunting in Scotland and roe deer being like a big deal over there. I'd be shocked if they weren't on the map. So, maybe Great One roe deer? Praying Great One is not Euro hair, please? No, I don't want that. Hoping tomorrow I'll fill my first deer tag this year. I still can't believe you passed that, that nice buck that you saw. Alright, so this zone's a little bit weird, but they're here this time. 6 and a 7. Good enough. Favorite wood grain? You're talking about the ones that are in the game? I don't know the name of it, so let me see here. Get rid of this. Oh boy, Top Shot. Boars could be a good looking great one. They do have a model redo, right? Because we saw it in the game feeder thing. Give me a Hogzilla great one. That could be kind of neat. This. Mississippi Acres Rosewood. I can't put it on this to show you, but I really like how that one looks. Okay. What's your opinion on the new map announcement? I'm a little sad it's only 5 new species. I wish it was even like 7. But as far as location goes and the scenic, the views they showed in the trailer, hi. I thought it looked pretty good. Bro's out there swimming. What you doing? Wait, I thought I killed you. Let me make sure there's not blood. Quit growling at him, he's fine. Look for blood. Dad, there's a wolf right there. Can't you see it? He's right there. He's gonna get you. Anyway. That should be all those. I'm always just a little late finishing the run without a time reset. Fine training some new species for all the lodge updates. That's a fair point. Like, I tried to take that context with New England, I think. New England brought weapon cosmetics and customization stuff to the game. So, like, there was no new species, but I kept on saying that, like, well, you know, I'm sure they were working on redoing all the models to do the weapon customization, so I could kind of see it. That probably, you know, that is something worth considering, I would say. Okay, here's where we shot that female wolf. They're not there, so that's alarming. Anyway, these ones are here. So we will shoot that guy. And I'm going to change the time because it looked like they were ready to leave. What's up, Off-Road? Welcome on in. Has Shadow had separation anxiety from all the hunting? Oh my goodness. She has been just super, super anxious. When the guys were here cutting down those trees, every time I would go outside, and all I was doing was walking out on the deck and, like, looking up, because that's all the further I had to go to see the trees, just like to see how much progress they were making, she would just lose her mind, like, scream barking because I was leaving. Imagine a female Great One Gensbuck. Great One Gensbuck in general could be cool, because that could be one of the few that could be male and female. Like, Gray Fox kind of have that potential. Someday, I think we'll have a Great One that could be both. And that'd be a very interesting grind. Please just give me Bass Pro or Cabela's level lodge. Right. Like, give me the mountain, basically what I call it. Like, the big centerpiece mount that every Bass Pro and Cabela's has. And I am a kid in a candy store. I'll be thrilled. Watching it work with no audio? Well, you probably can't hear me, but I appreciate it anyway. Unless they're hiding, which they do sometimes. Hitting that one random female wolf may have screwed stuff up. I've shot plenty of random female wolves by accident, but seems like it derailed things a little bit. Got a big ol' 8 point this morning in Kentucky. Nice, man. Congrats. Alright. I think this is the only place we didn't get to in the first attempt at the stream because the internet died. Got a couple. I wonder if they're not all spawned in. Got my first ever super rare, a dark gray wolf. Probably the most lame super rare of all time. Hey, but it is a super rare. They hadn't spawned in, which is the important part. I guess I'm gonna shoot. I'm only gonna kill the one. And the reason is, I'm not 100% sure that everything's spawned properly, so I don't want to shoot like a 5 that I don't need to. We'll get him next time. He was deceived. Wait, I missed whatever side of this is. Just took a piebald wood bison off a multiplayer. There you go. I like them. I was helping. I was helping a buddy set up a mule deer grind, and I found one on his map. And I was nice, I didn't shoot it. I wanted to shoot it, but I didn't. I still haven't actually killed one. What are you more excited about, mink or badger? Probably badger. I'll be curious to see their mechanics. Like, will they be European rabbit-esque? Where they, like, disappear in the burrows for a while and then come back, or how's that gonna work? 10 fabled? Hey, fingers crossed we see that today. Alright. Another one. What if, instead of Africa 2.0, they reworked the entire map and animals and gave us a great one on Burhunga? For the most part, I'm all for that. But I always come back to 2023, the year that they didn't release a second map. It was as slow as I've ever seen, like, the Hunter Call the Wild community. I really think the game relies on that semi-consistent every 6 months, like, new map, new species and stuff to hunt. So, I like the idea. I do think we need all those redos, but I wonder if it would be not so great for the game. Killed a super rare jackrabbit from Leighton last night? That's insane, dude. Those are really rare. Killed a rare white rock ptarmigan on Revenantuli Coast? I don't even know. Are those rare? I guess they are. I've never seen one. Nice, man. Hey, Malek. Would badgers go aggressive? I don't know if, like, European badgers would. Had they been honey badgers, I would have said almost certainly. Maybe somebody who's more familiar with them would be better equipped to answer that than me. That's a tiny level 6. I might be happy enough with that, because I've been trying to manage this spot down for a while. Let's leave it. I'm not taking my tents down. I swear, every time I take tents down and move them, it messes up everything. So I'm not touching it. Boneless or bone-in wings? I guess boneless, but the thing that annoys me about boneless wings, they're basically just chicken nuggets. Love the title for the stream. Thank you, man. This was it, attempt number 2, because my internet dropped out. I was trying to go with something that would be easily understood as far as that reference goes. Something about, like, kilt for killed would have been a good one, too. Alright. So we shot a whole lot of nothing in those 2 spots. I do some things to wings, meaning, like, murder them. Gotta love how a managed down pack will respawn at level 9 and at, like, 500 kills later. Yeah, wolves are weird. I think that's a little bit why my diamond rate has dropped. Like, woo. Hey, leave me alone. I removed some tents and stuff, and I wonder if I had some other ones spawn in that are high level. And I don't have those tents there, so I don't check those spots. And maybe that's screwing me up. A couple of 6s, bunch of 6s. The 2 that are close together work for me. Not like they're my employees, but I mean, they could be. Paid actors. Ever tried it? No. And I don't think I would. I think I'm alright without doing that. Big Angie Doges? I don't know why, but I was in my head I was trying to read Angie, but for Doge. Anyway. 4K kills into my second red deer grind, and I'm about to give up. Only 10 diamonds, 3 rares? Only 10 diamonds and 4,000 kills seems almost impossibly low. Do you have... Is there anywhere on the map you've not checked, maybe? Max weight for Red Fox, 15.40 kilograms, unless we're talking about Great Ones. Great One, I think, maxes at 19? Which is better, purple or purple? Purple burglar alarm? Are these ones also attacking? No. Alright. One at level 6 over there, and then this side, aka our Great One zone, 2 level 6s. How exhilarating. Is Grey Wolf the easiest grind? It kind of looks that way. I don't know. Mule Deer is pretty easy too. For me, Mule Deer ended up being easier. Like, with this many kills, I think I had 2 Mule Deer by this point. Maybe not. Nah, I probably only had the 1. But either way, I feel like Mule Deer might be just a tad easier, but they're roughly the same thing. Got all my zones and it's hard managed. Don't know what's going on, but I'm not giving up yet. Like, I wonder if you're not as herd managed as you think. Because one thing that I've kind of run into. When I first kind of started dabbling with herd management, I would be like, yeah, like I'll leave that level 1 alive. I'll leave that one level. Okay, I'm going to kill that one. And what would happen is, it seemed to me, if you just kind of like only half do herd management, what you get is a bunch of average spawns, and therefore you're not getting any diamonds. Like, you almost get more diamonds if you do no herd management than if you do it half. Easiest diamond? Probably southeastern Spanish ibex. They are quite literally a dime a dozen, and one of only a couple of species that you can get a diamond without even having a max weight estimate. Gemsbuck are one, and that's only the females. And what's the other one? There is another one. Black bear's still the hardest? Probably red fox, I would think. Also got a piebald white on my map. His name is Spiky because his score is 34 to 75. Big male. Alright. Mythical. 2 6s. Haven't seen a 9 for a minute now. Oh. Did I even shoot the right wolf? Because that looked weird. Can't even find the mythical, but he didn't drop. And we're going to be tracking for a minute. Do you think they'll add wallabies as there's a wild population? I don't know, maybe. Like, I'd say, was that what I was answering when the stream dropped out? I think it may have been. If they're in the area, I'd say that's very much a possibility. I don't know enough about it, but seems like that'd be cool. They're like mini kangaroos, kind of, right? Up to 23 diamonds now on my mule deer grind. Not bad. What's up, Jackson? Find the blood there, fella. Okay. Anyway, thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back. Good to see you once again. Do you think... I already read that. In the last 3 hours, I've shot a diamond feral goat, got trolled by one, and then shot a diamond Merriam turkey all in tail row before going over to a ski ridge. Mostly good things. Troll feral goats, they don't happen. Let's just not hit trees. Caper Kaler usually diamonds, that's true. They might be, yeah, I might give them the crown of easiest now that you point that out. Did not consider them. Many hunts on Reventuli where I just find a diamond Caper Kaler by accident. How are we not finding his tracks? He's got to be with them. Maybe. Alright, well. Go back, I guess. What about wildebeest? Good point. I still think the ibex might be a little bit easier. But yeah, wildebeest, especially, like, they used to drink at night. So that at least made them a little bit tougher. Now that they drink in the daylight, be very close. Whoop. Rapid hunt rifle pack or ambusher? Ambusher just for the 44. Okay, let's do this again. Figure out where the heck he went. I didn't even think it was that bad of a shot. Okay, blood there. This doesn't look like it should have been a problem. I think I found the other wolf tracks and followed them. Which do I prefer? Yeah, just for the 44 I go ambusher. I like the rapid hunt rifle pack. They're good guns, but the 44 has such a specific utility where, like, if there's a hunt where you think you're not likely to get great angles all the time, it's just so good for those, you know, punching through shots. Favorite wolf fur? Probably Scarborn. Really like Dawnbreak, that's the one that I got. Vanguard has grown on me quite a bit. Razorwind, I'm a huge fan of. Any of those ones I'd say are like, kind of like tied for my favorite. We'll see. Nope, still going. Every time we make a bad shot, it just costs you so long. Goodness Christ. What did I hit it in the toe? Well, it's almost like a perfectly fine shot. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we hadn't hit here yet. I think there's hunting pressure there because... I actually don't know why. Because I should have been in this tower. What's up, Visor? Wish they'd have gone for East England instead. Then we could have 6 deer species, including 2 new species, as well as most of the species that are included on Scotland. So would it be like Pear David's deer and maybe Chinese water deer? I feel like for sure Pear David's deer. Hey, I'm always for more new species, but as somebody pointed out, was it K-Flow, I think? Ah, jeez. Eh, we're gonna just get the one that time. Anyway. You know, a map with less new species and some Trophy Lodge stuff, I can be alright with, you know, less new things. How many kills? Total, counting the first grind, we'd be over 1,000 by now. Just here on the second grind, I'm gonna guess 500. I'm gonna change the time and check the spot for solos while we're here. Any rares yet? None today. Have you actually set up around Copper Bowl Lake? And if you did, can you show me the map? Well, so I had a tent here and a tent here. I've managed this lake down, like all the wolves here are level 5 and below. I think I left one level 6 because I got tired of it. But yeah, for the most part, it's all managed down. So like, I don't have the tents there anymore. No solos here, which is fine by me. Favorite food? Biscuits and gravy. You guys know like Tudor's Biscuit World. You guys have that where you're from. When I was hunting in West Virginia, we went there twice. Their biscuits and gravy are really good. It's not ideal to hunt after you've eaten that. And we don't need to go any further with that statement. But, yeah. Tudor's is amazing. We don't have it out this way, man. That's, I think, the first time I've ever eaten there, and I'm sad that we don't have it. I shat a storm, he says. Anyway. Tudor's is okay. I thought they were pretty darn good. And also, one of the things I was... Oh, boy. Did shooting that female wolf really screw this entire spot up? I did just change the time, so it might be that. Anyway. I was fairly impressed by how, like, decently inexpensive it was. Compared to other stuff. What is Tudor's? It's like a breakfast fast food place, more or less. I guess that's the best way to describe it. They might do non-breakfast stuff too, but I think it's mostly breakfast. Definitely the time change caused that. It's funny, like, certain spots don't seem to be affected by it. Evidently this one is. Did these wolves just spawn in, or... Well... Maybe we swing back by this spot last if they're in their other zones. What camera do you use for your IRL hunts? So I don't think they make it anymore. It's a Sony FDR AX700. Really nice camera. I'm sad they don't make it anymore because the day that mine, you know, kicks the bucket, I would just buy another one. It shoots 4K 30 FPS, which is fine for me. I mean, 4K 60 would be better, but fairly lightweight. I think it was like, I don't know, 1,500 bucks, which is decently expensive, but it does really well in low light. Yeah, really nice camera. They have a newer version of basically the same thing, but it's like almost $3,000. And as much as, you know, like, it's a big part of my channel and all that, I don't know if I'd even spend that much on a camera. What's up, Jacob? Are there any signs the Great One Wolf is about to spawn in? I've killed 2,000 and still nothing after my first. I'm not a believer that there's signs that any Great One's about to spawn in of any species. I just think, you know, there's things that crop up that's like, oh wow, I noticed I got 5 diamonds and my Great One was there the next rotation. But I think it's just anecdotal evidence more than anything. How long are you planning on streaming? I think I'm still going to go till 7. Like, the internet going out cost us like maybe 5 or 10 minutes there. But I do have to record a video after this stream yet. So I probably shouldn't go any later than I initially was planning on it. Did I not kill 2? I forgot the ghost bullets were getting me. Maybe that's how a couple of these have gotten away. Cody, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Who's going to spend 3K on a camera? I mean, I guess somebody that is either going to use it for their job or is a big-time, like, hobbyist videographer, but yeah, 3 is just, it's an awful lot. And, you know, again, if you're going to take it hunting a lot, like, my camera has taken some pretty notable punishment over the years. Luckily, it wasn't my camera. I dropped my camera arm out of the, wasn't the stand, I was in a saddle, but same thing. Dropped it from 18 feet up yesterday. Never did that with my camera. I don't think it would survive it. But, you know, stuff's gonna happen. It gets crunched in my pack. The, like, shoe mount on the top of it is coming off. So, like, I have it JB quick welded down and, like, sat in, it's sort of like a, like, wall tack stuff. Basically just to help it from lifting up. Ghost bullets? Yeah, there's a bug where sometimes you shoot and the bullet goes right through the animal. I don't know that it's ghost bullets as much as ghost animal. Like, I don't know if their hitbox isn't registering at first or what, but yeah, you can shoot right through stuff. It's not common, but it happens. 15, needing to take my permit test. Any tips? Just to be clear, we're talking driver's permit. Study up on the written part. As far as the driving part goes, like, for me anyway, like, they tell you what to do, and, or at least the one I went to did. They tell you what to do, and they're fairly patient with it. Like, as long as you just aren't straight up insane, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, you know, if they're gonna have you back up at 40 miles an hour and, like, not even close to where you're supposed to go, that's probably not good. But, like, you're not gonna have to be perfect. Like, you can take your time and stuff. Ghost hitbox? It's probably more so that. Don't be the person that took out the sign in the parking lot. That's what I'm getting at. You do that, it's not good. Practice. See, so I did a driver's ed program here. I think I'm done with this spot. Anyway, I did a driver's ed program. I think after you turned 17 or whatever, you got like a slightly better rate on your car insurance for having done it. And, like, we took our driver's test through that. And we didn't have to parallel park. So, like, if that's something you're worried about, you can see if there's some sort of driver's ed thing where you can do that. But parallel parking isn't hard. I don't know why everybody says it's hard.
Well, if you hit the curb like... Yeah.
That's why you just drive a truck, so if you hit the curb, it doesn't hurt anything. You just go right over it.
Punch bug and you just pull it in like a regular spot.
What's up, Brent? Yeah, if you have a short enough vehicle, you can do that too.
That's why I got a punch bug, because I was so scared.
Can't possibly believe you'd be scared to drive. I didn't drive you to the DMV today or anything. Do you have any advice on how to get back in the Hunter Call of the Wild? My biggest thing always is setting goals. Whether that's to grind for a certain great one, whether that's to, you know, try to find all the diamonds in the game. There's a Trophy Lodge update coming, so maybe you could, you know, have a goal of trying to accomplish something with your Trophy Lodge, get every, you know, every multi-mount or whatever. I don't know if that works for everybody, but, like, I'm very goal-oriented. Like, if I have a goal that I'm trying to accomplish, I won't, you know, let boredom or whatever stop me from doing that. And I also won't let the fact that I'm terrible... Did I have a ghost bullet on the 6? Oh my god. Anyway, I won't let the fact that I'm terrible at shooting stop me from grinding wolves. Can you... Where did that go? Can you do a base game loadout with a 270, 243, 7mm, and over under 12 gauge shotgun? Are you asking if I can do like a video hunting with those weapons? Because if that's your question, definitely. Oh, for a video. I've probably even done it, but I'll probably do it sometime soon again. Coming up, like, in a couple of months. Normally the beginning of every year, I do like a best loadout. And I try to do... What did that say? That was a 5, I think. I got the 7, right? Anyway, I try to do both base game and non-base game, but in the meantime, hunting with an actual base game loadout could be good to, you know, figure out what I want to do for that. Is a 39.72 a good diamond? Yeah, 40's max. Random good opportunity to see if there's any wolves over there, I guess. Huh. There's a solo wolf. Nothing on that end. Did you find him? Good job. Anything 39 and over counts? This is true. Diamond's a diamond. Alright. Let's hope things start to, especially if I shoot better, move in the right direction. Missed the 7 and shot the 6 and the 5. But I killed the 7. Didn't I? I think we'll be lucky enough for a buckshot rework. I hope so. The buckshot in Call of the Wild is useless. There's almost no point in ever bothering to equip it. The 410 buckshot does a decent job. Like, if you want to hunt deer, there we go. If you want a deer with a 12 gauge buckshot, you know, good luck, because odds are you're not going to kill them with it. What weapon would be good for moose? The 375 would be my choice. It consistently gets double lung, even at like a not perfect broadside angle. The 300, you're typically looking at single lung. Well, this is going to be hard to get them both at that angle, but let's try. Is it the one in the back? Less. Ah! Good enough. Easy. If you don't get another wolf before the next great one comes out, are you going to jump to another grind or finish wolves? I always, like, go to whatever's new. We've not had that issue too many times. Like, we got our whitetail. Was that before? Yeah. We got our whitetail right before the game feeder pack. Did wolves come with the game feeder pack? I didn't even look what that was. 39.03, barely made it. Anyway, yeah, I think wolves came with that update. So we were literally just before, but fallow deer, mule deer came out. We got 2 or 3 mule deer, and then went back to fallow deer finally. What great one do you think is coming December 9th? Kyla mentioned that, like, on the Xbox page it says December 9th, so I guess we actually have a release date. Anyway, I'm gonna go with... I like the roe deer idea. I think that makes a lot of sense. I almost spotted something. These ones are really inconsistent lately. If they're here, they are hidden. Alright. Awful lot of nerds in here. What's up, mistress? Welcome on in. So do we even go here yet? I don't know. When I heard we're getting a semi-auto 12 gauge, I immediately thought about them adding shotgun chokes. Like, weapon equipment like that, that's the, like, category I'm gonna lump that into. That'd be a really cool next step for Call of the Wild. Like, whether it's chokes, whether it's, I mean, I guess you could do, why is my brain blanking right now? Suppressors. Maybe you could get into, like, this gets a little more precise, but something that Ultima Hunting kind of showed. Maybe you could get into, like, different, like, ammo weights and all that. Like, alright, well, I'm hunting, I want to hunt moose with my 30-06. So I'm going to use a way heavier bullet than when I hunt whitetail with my 30-06. Like, that might make certain weapons that are borderline obsolete now actually worth using again. Sometimes I feel like the spotting is really weird. Hey, I got him. Weapon tripods? Yeah, sure. Wouldn't mind that. How's your hunting season been? Well, I'm pretty much done with archery, unless... yeah, I don't know. I might catch a wild hare and try to get out tomorrow evening, but I really doubt that's going to happen. I have to finish a couple of videos here, and then we're going to Georgia for a few days. So, archery's basically over. I ended up shooting 3 does. I passed an okay 2-year-old buck. Passed actually a couple of 2-year-old bucks. Passed a fairly nice 2-year-old in West Virginia. I saw a lot of shooters this year. Just never quite had them in range, or like the times they were in range, it was like fringe range and through a ton of brush. So, still got rifle season, and who knows, you know. rifles like Christmas morning, it can just be so simple. Like, a buck merely shows up in the area you're in. They don't need to be in bow range, any of that stuff. Like, it can just happen so simple. But a lot of it, at least here in PA, is you're at the mercy of, does somebody do a drive? Does somebody happen to walk through and push them out? I swear is that a deer or is that a squirrel? Something moving up on the hill behind the house here. If it's a big buck, I'm getting my bow and shooting out the window. That's a joke. Well, the screen's not going to stop the arrow. Anyway, the fat orange army. You love driving down the road and just seeing a pumpkin up in a tree. Think we're going to get more multi-mounts with the updates. I hope so. I'm crossing my fingers for that. I swear that's a deer.
Wait.
I keep seeing it move and it's too much creature to be a squirrel.
You should open a window and call them.
That's not going to work. It's hiding behind all the logs they just cut down. Derrick, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Shoot out the window. There you go ahead and line up and shoot him out the window there. You'll be alright. Yeah, I called it in. Hello. Are you optimistic about the future of Classic? Think we'll get any updates? Well, TK did that live stream where he was, and like, I guess he's, the way I'll describe it, he's like subcontracted by, whether that's EW technically or by Ringtail to sort of like do their streams. But anyway, he said they were revamping the classic engine. That's going to take about a year. There's going to be updates along the way, but revamping that engine has potential for a new map. He didn't promise a new map. He didn't say that means a new map. He said there's potential that could happen. Potential for new graphics, you know, that kind of thing. So after hearing that stuff, yes. If you had asked me that like 2 months ago, I'd have said like, I don't know, man. I think Classic might be on its last leg, but it sounds like at the very least they're, you know, trying to improve the game and add stuff to it. What's up, Adrian? Hey, had a pretty good weekend there this week. What the heck, dude? Now these wolves are gone. I don't know. So the tree people inadvertently created a bedding area for you up there. Maybe, but that's turning into firewood next year. There's way too much quality firewood up there to not use that. Rocky Mountain Elk Great would be insane to have. I agree with that. Alright. How's your day so far? It was interesting. Got up and had to take Kyla to DMV because we're adults around here and we do things ourselves. So, we did that. And then also, she didn't have whatever document she needed, so it was a complete waste of time. So, yeah. And then I came home to record, because I got to make some videos for while we're away. And literally sat down, made an intro, and I looked and I'm like, Scotland got revealed. So, hurried up, made that video. Then I finished that. Made another video as far as like prep stuff goes. And basically now we're here. Been a whirlwind. Really? The only wolves that didn't spawn is the pack that I'm here for? Tried starting somewhere else and that didn't do me any good. Okay, so if I go here first, I guess. Do they show? Appreciate that, Joe. Thoughts on Scotland? 5 new species isn't a lot, and we know at least 2 of them. And of course, they're small game, which is, I guess, more or less to be expected. But, like, visually, the map looks stunning. I was really impressed. We'll see what it looks like to actually be on it and hunt around, but it looked, I thought, really good. How many kills roughly did your mule deer grinds take? First was 600, second, I think was like 1,200, and then my third was 200 maybe? I got my third one without even trying. Alright, well, this is just a mess. I'm wondering if maybe I gotta start killing these ones down here again. Like, maybe we're just not killing enough. Do you think the great one will be a new species? Maybe? Have they ever... Tara's the only one, right? Tara's the only new species great one they ever did? I don't want to do this lake, though. not even here. Well, this like longest grind in terms of kills, Luke. My black bear, my first black bear went 8,000. Crazy visuals, but species to choose from in Scotland leave a lot to be desired. Yeah, you know, they could have a plan with it. Like, release Scotland to get this done, whatever, like, add in certain thing, and then down the road that becomes important. But I would say, like, in terms of map choice, maybe wouldn't have been the most obvious choice for me, because, like you said, there's not a ton of options. Alright, I'm gonna just screw around and shoot these 2 5s. You know what, though? That's almost got to be a solo, right? I don't know what to do. I feel like this whole thing's falling apart right now. Let me check up here again. Would you rather have an albino bobwhite quail or any super rare in the game? Give me the albino quail. Ah, jeez. Because, it was your fault. Anyway, give me the albino quail because then I'm putting that in the multi-mountain my Great One Moose, and I think that'd be very cool. Okay. Put my blind back. There they are, finally. No pressure, so we can just kill them one time standing here, that'll be fine. Surprised I dropped him. Don't like there's another Luke in here. Hey Luke, guess what? Everybody looks up. Okay. I said... Okay. Hopefully things are happening. Spot a rare snow goose, there you go. How would you feel on a new cow game? I know you mean Call of the Wild, but I like farming sim. No. New Call of the Wild game. On one hand, obviously, it'd be really cool. Like, we're about almost 10 years into this thing, which is insane. But, I just don't feel like that there's a new Call of the Wild game on the horizon. And the reason I don't think that is they're doing all these model redos. They're, you know, adding in new features, revamping Trophy Lodge stuff. To me, like, it just feels like, why would you do all these things and then drop a new game here in 2 years? So I just don't think that's about to happen. But anyway, setting that aside, a brand new game on a brand new engine, new graphics and all that, it could be pretty sick. I'd hate to, like, because I have no doubt if they release Call of the Wild 2, like, I'm sure it would be really good and I would play a lot of it. I'd hate to give up the, whatever I've got now, 8,700 hours plus of time and effort, I guess, of all the trophies and stuff in the lodge, but I imagine, you know, as time's gone on, like I said, basically 10 years worth of technological upgrades, it could be pretty amazing. Do you have any hope for Hunting Sim 3? Some anyway. Like, do I think it's gonna be on the level of Call of the Wild, Even Way the Hunter? Probably not. Like, I didn't like that the trailer didn't include gameplay. And it's not that it didn't include gameplay. It's that it included things that obviously aren't going to be in the game. And that just made me feel like that can't possibly be a great sign, right? I don't know if that was a ghost bullet or if he just moved in time. But I did think Hunting Sim 3 looked good. But when did they announce that? I feel like... Was that like last winter? My recollection is I was in an airport. And the last time that I flew anywhere, I think, was to Breckenridge for our wedding. How can you tell what's rare through night viz? I mean, they still physically look different. It's just maybe a little bit less obvious. Low-key, kind of disappointed with the Red Deer remake. Yeah, the antlers themselves not being redone is a bit of a bummer, because that is one of the things that they definitely could do better with. I don't even... Where did I shoot the 2? this side. But yeah, a red deer antler remodel will be nice. Max shot range on a whitetail is now 35, definitely, I think. There's probably a certain scenario where I'd shoot 40, but like I've never even shot a deer over 30. The last deer I shot was 8 yards away. It was 11 months ago? Yeah, I thought that'd be right. Because we were early to mid-December. It would be a dumb choice financially for them to make a Call of the Wild 2 right now. This is true. Most disappointing great one. Speaking of red deer, probably red deer. And the reason they're the most disappointing is they all look the same. Like, my great one red deer is going to look the same as your great one red deer, and the next guy's, and yeah, like, the racks can differ, the scores can differ a little bit. Like, if you took my great one mule deer, right, and you put it next to 20 other great one mule deer, and they're all unique, meaning no dupes, of course I can tell which one mine is. But you could put my great one red deer next to 20 other great one red deer. Heck, you could put my great one red deer next to 2 other great one red deer, and I wouldn't be able to tell you which one's mine. Even though they might score a little different, they basically look identical. I couldn't, like, say there's a particular thing with my red deer that stands out. Like, oh, he's medium rack, I'd be able to tell because this, and this. No idea. Alright. Not a fan of foliage in the antlers. I think it was a cool idea. I don't think everyone should have it. Like, they should all, every rack, because I think there's 4 or 5 great one red deer racks. They're just all, like I said, basically identical. Each should have a, like, vines and non-vines variation, essentially. That would help. Like, that would at least make some things different. 7's all the way in the back. Oh, God. That was a gut shot. Well, we're tracking. Is it QB? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Thought there was only 3 for years? I didn't know. Scarecrow told me not that long ago, one of the times that we were collabing, that there's 4 or 5. And I didn't even know if he was messing with me or not. What's up, Nate? Thanks for renewing your Shusty membership. Welcome back, man. Hope you're doing well. I did get the first one, right? I don't know why I couldn't see that, but anyway. I am indeed alive. I had to move around 5,000 different streams because of hunting season schedule, but by the way, speaking of, there will not be a live stream Friday because we're going to be away. Actually, I guess there'll be a Friday stream the 29th? And then it's like rifle season, so I don't even know when the next stream after that is. Exactly, man. Luke, thanks for becoming a Shusty, or I think potentially renewing your Shusty membership. I greatly appreciate that, man. Enjoy the green name, member badges, emotes in chat, and early access to uploads. What's up, Looter? Hope you're doing well. Alright, that was hardly the most efficient route to this place, but we are skidding on snow. Friday streams are great one streams. This is true. We've killed the occasional great one on YouTube, but not very many. 1 mule deer, right? I think one of the mule deer was. Was the wolf on YouTube? I think that was Twitch. And the whitetail was Twitch. Maybe not. It was right before... Nah, I think it was Twitch. Pretty sure. Gonna make some coffee. Sounds good. Bring me some. Wolf was Twitch? Okay. I was fairly sure of that. You gonna lock in today? Nicely done. Lock in today. Make sure you get that great one before the new one comes. I need to remember that for a future title, because that is very well done. Hey, Hunter Man. 1 mythical. 2 mythicals, finally. I feel like it took me a long time to even hit 2 quick shots. Wasn't the Fox YouTube? I don't think. It was? I seem to recall where, this sounds dumb, but like, this is purely due to being lazy. Where my Twitch, like if I record while I'm on my Twitch profile versus my YouTube profile, it saves in different places. And I'm fairly sure that Fox recording was where the Twitch one's saved. Random mythical, alright. There's these ones. Mythicals everywhere. I think that was far forward the first time. How would you feel about a feral goat great one? I actually think it could be cool. I've said a couple times today, like, using the Hunter Classic feral goats sort of as a baseline. The Hunter Classic feral goats have, I think it's 4 different, like, types of horn. There's like the one that's in Call of the Wild, the horizontal spiral. There's a vertical spiral. There's like a big arching ibex one. And for the life of me, I can't remember the other one right now. But if they just took that, you know, as like a template, and then made like big, impressive Great One horns, I'd get behind it. There was a 9. Wow. I'm blind. Whoops. Do you have any ideas for the other new species and return species? Return species, I'd say we're looking at, well, we know red deer, and we know feral goat. I'd say fallow deer and roe deer are fairly likely. Wild boar are pretty likely because they got a model redo. We saw that in the game feeder pack. Foxes, probably? Hopefully some duck species. I'm pretty sure I heard ducks quacking at one point in the trailer. Like mallards, though. I'm like just thinking of Hirschfelden and stuff, though. So, like, I don't know. Like how Scotland sounds, but another Africa map would have been perfect. The day we get Africa 2.0 is going to be a huge day in this community. That's the other pack with a mythical. Are these ones no showing? Anything good? A couple of 9s. I apparently let a 9 get away at the last spot. What I may do is actually do it now. Reset the time, check our last spot, and then hopefully that 9 just happens to be back where it should be. Some grouse. I remember seeing black grouse when I looked it up. Would they have, like, ptarmigan? I'm not smart enough to know. What's up, Ad Money? You changed your name, right? The stupid... Well, you probably didn't change it. The ats. I know who you are, and for the life of me, I can't place... Like, I look at pictures. So... You tell me who you are, I'll remember, I promise. Thought they were gonna do another map that has a lot of game birds for Scotland. I'm hoping for... Not like Brevin Thule, but I'm hoping there's a bunch of, like, game bird opportunities. Yeah, for whatever reason, this spot only has the 2 males. One's a small 5, but we will shoot that. The fact that he went to drink, had all the time in the world, and still messed up that shot, pretty rough. Ever plan on going for Fox number 2? There will probably come a time. We'll see, though, like... You know, come February, once the baby gets here, I think I'm going to try to keep my schedule as close as I can. I intend to have about a month's worth of content prepped for, like, you know, kind of like getting used to life with the baby. But then what I'm more so saying is I'm hoping to do the same amount of videos and streams that I always do. And that's worked fine for me in terms of grinding. Like, I've been able to effectively get, I mean, a lot of great ones this year without grinding off stream almost at all. So, provided, you know, we get another Great One Wolf or 2, and provided we maybe get whatever the new Great One is, at some point I will go for another Fox. I want another one. We shall see what actually happens with that, but hopefully that can happen. Let's see, did. So, is this where the 9 was? Like this zone? Or were they over here? I cannot pronounce your name. I apologize for that, man. Last day I got a super rare Mellow Wolf all grounded. Nice, man. Congrats. Barnacle Goose? Barnacles. That sound like SpongeBob? Probably not. I'm gonna guess it's this stone that had the 9. And they didn't come back. Alright. Another one. Muzzleloader started here yesterday and the wind has been abhorrent. Tomorrow's okay. Thursday looks good for me though. Dude, the wind has been insane for a month. It really sucks. I've had like 2 stands in November because it's been so windy. The only place that's made any sense to go is down in the bottom out of the wind. A few introduced species in the UK and Scotland. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Paradabus deer, Reeves muntjac, Chinese water deer, red-necked wallaby. Maybe 1 or 2 of these will be on the new map. Someone else mentioned wallaby as well. That'd be interesting. Thinking a new dog might come to the new map, considering the barking towards the end of the trailer. Well, it was a retriever, though. I could see it. So I'm guessing that wasn't... Like, I think it was just sort of a little ambience, but maybe. What would be, you know, a reasonable dog breed to add to Call of the Wild that would be useful? Like, something that... I wouldn't mind beagles. Like, if you could run rabbits, and if they could properly run rabbits, that would actually make small game hunting fun. So tired of grinding 2,000 wolf kills and still no great one. Hopefully he shows up soon for you. Except yesterday for some crazy reason. It was still windy yesterday. Beagles that could run rabbits? I like that idea. How about a dog that properly poops and pees? Yeah, they made it seem like that was going to be a huge thing, and to this day, I've not actually seen it.
I've seen it.
I got like a slight glimpse the one time of like after the fact. Like my dog was doing like a weird animation. I was like, was that him peeing or something? Like it didn't look right. And all you guys said it was, but I didn't actually see him do it. A Chihuahua to fend off predators? They should add Shadow into the game. Then every time the mailman comes, she'll lose her mind. Luke Tape with the 47 months, welcome back. Almost the quadruple 12, by the way. Think Dachshunds would be cool to chase animals out of their burrows? That could be kind of neat. Don't they use... Is it in Sweden? Don't they use Dachshunds to moose hunt? I swear that's a thing. I may be really stupid. Well, I am, but regardless of that fact, I'm still fairly sure that's a thing. I've seen my dog pee once. I've seen Shadow pee way more times than I've seen him pee in the game. That's all I know.
In the middle of the night.
I like how you spelled Chihuahua, Christian. Dachshunds are used to hunt badgers and wolverines. Did you kill the 9? Nope. Hopefully we'll get it this run. Okay, we should be good on all those. I think we're just down to here. Dachshund that's half the size of a moose. That's either a really tiny moose or a massive Dachshund. What's up, 2 Stone? Going good. Are you ever dropping merch again? I promise we will. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get to work on that. Maybe, like, come February, since, in theory, I'm going to have some time. As long as I get a bunch of content prepped. I need to, I want to go through and do a bunch of new designs. And hopefully I can do... sort of like we did with, like, the last drop, which was less, like, channel and logo-centric, more just, like, I guess, cool designs, outdoor-related. But then hopefully we can do some actual, like, channel-specific stuff, too. That was... No, that actually went better than I thought. Never mind. How else does one spell Chihuahua? Not like that. He doesn't English well. He's special. It's okay. Both of these are laying right here, I think. If you could pick 3 new big game species to add to the game, what would they be? Doll sheep? Coos deer, or cow's deer, some people say it that way. And tool elk. That's not T-O-O-L, that's T-U-L-E. Wonder if Flantro flip-flops getting dropped? That's hard to say. Say that 3 times fast. And I will not try. I don't know. There's probably... I haven't done, like, the... I guess mass merch distributor sites in a very long time. We might do some stuff with that and do some through, like, Kyla's merchandise lane thing. We'll figure it out. But anyway, they used to have... Some of the things that you could sell were just unreal. Like, you could sell, like... pillowcases, I think sheets, definitely leggings, socks. It was a really just odd one, I thought. Like pencil case or something like that, which I guess I kind of get it. What even was that? I think that was... Is it walk? I don't know how to say that. Subscribing? Thank you, man. Welcome on in. I'm not so sure that was a great shot on the 7. Probably got shot. Glad I didn't hit the other one. Good enough. Did you get one yet? Not yet. Welcome on in, Jay. Just sell your bathwater? Yeah. I'm definitely getting leggings. Lord. Oh, I should sell kilts. What a great idea. I'd buy a Flinter pillow. Well, it would just be the pillowcase, technically. They definitely used to do phone cases. I can't remember which one I thought was just, like, strange. But it was a ridiculous amount of options. I think I don't know that anybody bought them, but I think I had coffee cups at one point. Flube toilet paper? Flinter kills confirmed. So you know how they're usually plaid? It would still be all the squares. It would be like normal color Flantro logo and then maybe one that's like inverted color, like the actual Flantro channel. And maybe you do like you guys know what the big mailbox icon looks like on Twitch, like that one. But like underwear would have to be a weird option. I hope they don't sell like that. Just seems. It just feels like that could go weird places. Like, surely they're smart enough not to do that. Leggings. I should offer leggings on a merch store and then specifically do an ad for it. Purchase your leggings and buy one, get 12 free because no one else is going to buy them. With what, Nate? I'll model all said items? Bet. How are you gonna model a pillowcase? Throw it over your head? I'd pay to CJ Tack model everything? Tell you what, all I know is when we hunted on Sunday, I'd have worn any additional merch that we brought to model just to stay warmer. It twas code. See the money coming in already? Okay, so there's supposed to be a 9 here somewhere, right? And the way... Is it over here? There's a mythical. Oh, there is. If we got that, that'd be a miracle. But he was going to get away, and I wasn't going to let him. Maybe liver, but I doubt it. Okay. That's fine. Let's just let them calm down for a minute. What's up, Eddie? How many kills it take for your Great One Wolf? I think only 600 or something. It wasn't bad. Now this one I'm already, I think, over 600. I'm not certain of that, but I feel like we should be. I might have messed up that one too. That was horrific shooting. Anyway. If you run the right direction, that helps. At least it's not 75 degrees like it is here. No deer in sight. No, it's just been gale force winds. I still have seen deer despite that, so I can't complain about that. I will complain a little bit. Because of said gale force winds, as I was saying earlier, I've basically hunted the same stand or area anyway, all of November. Because it's down at the bottom and purportedly out of the wind. It was surely not out of the wind yesterday. Anywho, so there was a stand that I hung end of October that I really liked the area. And would have been a good wind for it, directionally, but I would have thought anyway, 30-mile-an-hour gusts or whatever, they wouldn't be up in the field. 2 shooters daylighted there last night. I was even thinking about going there, but I thought, like, there's no way they're going to be out there. Sure enough. Just the gales of November. Yeah. Got my first great one? What'd you get, Maggie? Have you parked your truck far from any trees because of said wind? A troll, how nice. Yeah. Generally in the garage. Although, see, I shouldn't even say this. It's not in the garage right now. Did that one just die? Where's the blood? That doesn't look good. Alright, well, let's get moving that direction. The 9, the other 9, it's going to be somewhere up there. If you could hunt IRL in any country or region, which would you pick? Give me caribou in Alaska. Hey, bottom boy. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Grit 1 tar, very nice. I'll rock some leggings. Here's the other thing, though. Are you talking like just... Lord, I just thought of... I'm not even going to say it. Are you just talking Flinter leggings with like the logo somewhere on there? Or like just big mail down the legs? Like, what's the design here? Think a Grit 1 red rework is in the cards? I surely hope so. No wind where I'm at now, but 2 days ago there was 60-mile-an-hour gusts. It really sucks to hunt in that. It's just hard to accomplish anything. We're gonna spook the other wolves at our next spot by tracking this one. Yeah. I'm not even sure that's... It might have been the rest of the ones that were with the 9. Women's leggings that say big male on them? Perfect. It's just my actual legs printed on them. That's a little bit weird. Ah, well that one was a decent diamond, but no dice on that. There's those ones. You guys are weird looking wolves. Okay, now I'm gonna go find that level 6. Actually it's 303. See if we can get whatever's here first. Is 62 zones for whitetail good for Reventuli? I never counted mine, but that seems like at least as many as I had. Hey, Riley. Should I stack 5s for my Great One grind? It's up to you. Like, I never stack. I've not seen the need for it personally. Like, I'm able to get... So, okay. Let me take a step back. The point of stacking is to get low levels to spawn. So, like, basically, herd management is leaving the small ones to spawn more big ones, right? So, by stacking, you get more small ones that you can leave alive, and then hopefully spawn more big ones. I'm able to just, you know, grind my zones normally, and as small ones show up, I leave them. So for me, that works. If you'd rather stack, you know, to really get them shot down, it probably is more effective. Is this map Silver Ridge Peaks? This is Yukon Valley. Hey, Ryder. I mean, it's been alright. Like, I've seen a lot of shooter bucks. I've got a West Virginia video coming up this weekend. And then I've got, like, the rest of my rutcation basically here from PA. Should be next weekend. Anyway. No luck with bucks just yet. But I've seen a good number of them. My 9th wolf was my 3rd frostbite. Did you then feel like you had frostbite when that happened? Finally got that one project done that had been hanging over my head. About to eat and lock in on my new hobby. Let's go. I'm pretty sure I know what you mean by new hobby anyway. Want you to come duck hunting with me? Someday I do want to go duck hunting. The biggest problem is finding time to do it. I did feel like that. It's just unfortunately not the prettiest great one. How many great ones do you have? I was trying to figure that out earlier. 16-ish? The Pedal Puff Mule Deer was 12. I have another Mule Deer since then. That'd be 13. Wolf would be 14. Whitetail would be 15. Maybe 15 then. This dingus. Get over here. Get over here. I think I already had the blood though. Yeah. Never mind, you're not needed. Wolf would be 16? Didn't I say wolf though? Playing classic as I'm watching. Hey, nice. I got a new animal to shut off my trail camera. I got a picture of a gray wolf. Gray fox, sorry. The moment I said that, I'm like, that's not possible. Anyway. I have 16. 2 whitetail, 1 red deer, 1 moose, 2 pheasants, 1 fox, 3 mule deer, 1 tar, and a wolf. I don't know. I'll assume you guys know better than I do because I can't keep track. About some new Steam machine? I've not seen a whole lot about it. I am familiar with it. It seems like potentially a really cool thing. Now here's what I don't know. Is it more of like a PC? Is it more like a console? Like, is it mouse and keyboard based? Is it controller based? All I saw was it should be able to play any Steam title. I think it was $500, right? It could play any Steam title. I thought it's 60 FPS. That's fairly impressive. The bears, ah yeah. You and Scarecrow should make some merch together. It'll just be me like aiming down on a Great One Fox and him crying in the corner. It's like the only Great One thing I have on him, so I continually bring that up. Okay, there's our wolf. Okay, good thing that tree didn't get me. That took longer than it was supposed to. There's a playlist of all your Great One videos that has 16 videos. Huh. You know, I should make my own playlist of said thing, but I guess if somebody's already made it, probably doesn't make much difference, right? Alright. Another one. Price hasn't come out, but they said it's going to be priced like a PC, so it'll be more expensive than consoles, and it's essentially a tiny PC. Where did they get the $500 thing from, then? Either way, cool thing. Just shot a level 9 lynx, nice. First ever Great One yesterday was a spider rack white speckled moose. That's a cool combo, man, congrats. Spider rack is generally not considered one of the better racks. I like it though. Looks like these are no-shows, which I'm not that terribly surprised. Figuring out where, like, as we've eliminated a couple of lakes, figuring out where we're going to start these runs is a problem. Well, map, we are on Yukon Valley right now. Do these spawn in? Yes. And 2 9s last time, so hopefully that continues. Get in the blind. I choose... Look like 2 deer fighting. I choose you. And you. That's a little more like it. Diamond, nice. Hate my Great One Moose. It's the big rack with ashen fur. Do you not like the fact that it's ashen fur? Because that's not like super standout-y Great One? Because that seems to be a pretty cool combo. Except for the roadier Great One, that'll be a fun grind. That has to be what it is. I hope that's what it is. I don't want to get my hopes up too much because, like, I've done that before and then been severely disappointed. I feel like there's a chance it's not even a Scotland Great One. Like, I feel like probably it is, but I don't know, like, a lot of things got model redos with a ski ridge. And, like, normally I look at it, you know, typically great ones receive a model redo. So what has, like, a fairly recent model redo? So it could be Bighorn, it could be Mountain Goat, it could be, I don't know, you could probably do some stuff from Emerald Coast. Assuming it's on Scotland, roe deer seem like the obvious choice. I have not seen that scroll. Think the next great one's a turkey? I wouldn't hate it. You know what I do hate? When there's no wolves. Might be wild boar. Yeah, so we did touch on that earlier. They got a model redo as well. I feel like they could do like a Hogzilla kind of vibe, and that could be pretty neat. I'm not entirely what they do, like tusk variations. Like maybe that's a thing. Not that, fox, pheasant, wolves. It's not like there's combos, it's just the furs. It's that one, right? Good enough. And these ones did spawn in. Well, one got away, but we'll take it. Nothing to howl about? No. Watch it be a jackrabbit or something? Jackalope, that would not be ideal. Do you ever get burnout? These days, no. I used to get burnout big time. Typically, like, when I was still living in my apartment, about once a month, I had to take a day, like, don't open Discord, don't touch Call of the Wild, just, like, do something completely different. Because I was surrounded by Call of the Wild at all times. Now, to be honest, like, I play Call of the Wild when I'm streaming or making a video. Otherwise, that's kind of it. And that's still, like, a fair number of hours. I mean, I was going to check my Steam hours, but I've been hunting so much the last couple of weeks, I haven't even played that much Call of the Wild, so now would be a bad time to figure that out. But, yeah, just having other responsibilities and stuff, I don't have the time to put in the crazy hours that would cause me to get burnt out. Caribou? If we're talking about great ones, a great one caribou would be very cool, and they got a model redo. That's a good point. What's up, B. Steinbacher? I don't even know how many 9s we've killed now. 5-ish? At least 2 of Troll and 1 I messed up. So, not a lot of diamonds in the lodge so far today, but that'll happen. Hunt Direwolf for 3 weeks, have 2 Great One Wolves, perfect time for the new map. There you go. Yeah, assuming that Xbox release date is right, that was December 9th, right? So that's a couple days into the second week of our rifle season. Hopefully I'm just tagged out by then, but I won't be shocked if I'm, mostly hunting until, what, the 4th or 5th day after the map comes out. What's up, Wyatt? Antler rework for Caribou. Caribou, we were talking about red deer earlier. Honestly, whitetail need it. Blacktail need it. Sweep through a lot of the old, like, OG true rack species. Just redoing their antlers, that could help the game a lot. Here's another 9. We like those. So that's, I think, 3 runs now. 3 9s now in the last 2 runs. Will you get early access? I imagine so, but, I never like to assume anything. You know what happens when you assume. Roosevelt elk with a great one would be nice. Yeah, great one elk just feels like such a no-brainer. Like, eventually, it's bound to happen. Okay, all the way on the right there. It was right the first time. Good enough. Got charged by a 8 mythical red-brown wolf during my moose grind and messed it up. Oh, that sucks. It's easy to happen, though, when they're charging after you. Barely diamond, by the way. When they're charging after you, like, you got to make a quick decision, and if they decide to move right then, or if you're not zeroed right or whatever, bad stuff will happen. What great one do you want to come out the next update? Meaning with this Scotland thing? I like the roe deer idea. I think that'd be pretty cool. If you mean the one after that, yeah, give me caribou, elk, anything with big antlers like that, I'd be all for it. Okay, we got 7 and 8. That was clearing. And since there was a 9 in this pack last time, still a big old mythical in there. Barely is still a diamond, yes. My Xbox lags every time wolves attack. Of all things that would cause lag, that's strange. Just for more variation, I think the way the hunter approached a red deer antler would possibly be neat. Oh, I see what you're saying. With New Zealand being huge, other maps being not so crazy. No, I totally agree. I think we should have that with anything where that makes sense. Moose, we should have like Yukon or Alaska moose, Siberian moose, Shiras moose, Easterns. You could do that with whitetail to a degree, but it really shouldn't change too much from map to map, other than probably Coues deer on Rancho, which that's a subspecies, but they're all, like, we're kind of all in that same category anyway. Desert mule deer versus Rocky Mountain mule deer. Did I say mule deer the first time? Because bighorn just happened. Anyway, that's the thing that gives me hope that they're going to do it. The fact that we have now Rocky Mountain and Desert Bighorn. We'll see. What do you think about the mule deer great one? I'm a big fan of it. A lot of people did feel they probably went a little too far into like the fantasy side of it, and I can see where they're coming from with that. I'm more of the opinion that like great ones have always been kind of like fantasy-ish, so I don't know. I didn't feel blindsided by that. They have a reason for not fixing the light brown turkeys. Are we sure they're broke? Like, maybe from their perspective they're not broken? They finally changed it with, great timing, with Canada geese as they're flying over us. But it took till they did the model redo, so maybe the day they redo turkey models, they'll finally fix that. Or change that. But yeah, my guess is they don't view it as something that's broken. My brother got 2 Great One Muleys, and it's both the Twister Rack, which is his least favorite. I'm not real high on the Corkscrew Rack myself, but yeah, I've got one too. Since they added fantasy and Irish elk antlers for fallow, I say screw it, add a Great One rabbit to be a jackalope. There's actually a plausible, completely realistic explanation for jackalopes. So, I also say do it. Found a note earlier at my corn pile, please leave mosquito spray, signed the deer. Still warm down there, huh? Love the corkscrew rack. I just wish it was more impressive. Like, I'm all for the idea of the corkscrew rack, and even the corkscrew rack being the size it is. But if it's gonna be a great one, I think kind of the same with the velvet rack. Like, it should just be a little more impressive. I think it's too much into like the, this is an anomaly and that's what makes it cool. And I get it. The anomaly does make it cool. I can't believe I missed both of those. But, anomaly and, I guess, big impressive antlers is extra cool. 80 degrees. Just spawned a Great One Moose, but it's a duplicate combo? I mean, is it a good duplicate combo? I like it because it's more unique and the normal racks are kind of getting old now. You're saying with the mule deer? Speaking of, I think there's still a new diamond rack I don't have. Hey, Jabbers, thank you for the 25 months. Welcome back. Good to see you once again. Hope you're doing well. There's one. Whiffing 300 Win Mag in this economy? Shame, Phil. Bro forgot how to spell. It's actually a 300 canning magnum. Ashen spider rack? Not the best. Not terrible, but it's probably not like top of the list. I got a Super Troll Moose today. It was a piebald, scored bottom of the estimate 253. That's, you got a Super Troll scoring 20 below diamond? That's super unfortunate, man. I've said this before. I would walk past that in your trophy lodge and just be like, yeah, it's a nice 4. I would just try to block out the fact that it was a Super Troll and the bad memory that probably comes along with that. You being next to the I can get the worst of us, you should have put the worst of is just for the memes, but I get it. Anyway. I think we need more crazy drop time antlers for great ones, like the whitetail with the crazy drops it had. They could do more like non-typical style stuff. I mean, we got the drop tines with the muleys. They certainly could have done it with red deer. Is there anything else? Are there antlered great ones I'm forgetting? If there are, they're really evading me right now. Favorite mule deer combo? Velvet Milky Way and Heart Rack Pedal Puff for you. I really wanted Dusky Drift Typical, which is exactly what I got. My favorite's probably Classic Rack and Milky Way. But that Dusky Drift combo is like right up there. I think if Dusky Drift didn't have like the weird, almost like zebra stripes on the leg, it'd be my favorite 100%. I'm not a fan of the zebra stripe thing. It just doesn't feel like it fits the rest of the fur. Ah, he turned back. Ugh. Get dead. Thank you. There's whitetail? Oh, and moose. But we were including whitetail already. But moose is the one I forgot. Found it in multiplayer, Yukon Valley. Don't worry, it was not modded because I play on PlayStation. Gotcha. Just like, I'm not like doubting you, but just for the sake of it. There are modders on console, it's just way more rare. If you had to pick an IRL deer cartridge that you haven't used before, what would it be? I'm going to assume you mean whitetail deer. 280. And the reason is, that's what I'm going to use this year, so why not? So I've got my Odd 8, and I love that gun. However, I didn't fill a buck tag this year. Kyla didn't fill a buck tag this year. Kyla's going to be, by the time rifle comes in, basically 8 months pregnant. I got that right? Or 7? Whatever. Many months. Anywho. So she's not going to be able to come down in the bottom where I hunt. And I kind of have to go down there because otherwise we have trespasser issues and we don't really want to deal with that. So, going to give her my gun. And I'm going to use my dad's 280, which you may also hear referred to as 7... It's so hard for me to say. 7mm Express. Which is what my brother shoots, actually. Same caliber, different gun. My dad won this 280 30 years ago, and he's never even fired it. So, that'll be kind of cool. Math hard. Dude, I'm like trying to figure it's going to be like basically December. Yeah, 7 months. First Flinter stream, welcome on in. Hopefully good things happen here. This is what happens when you don't buy my gun. Well, somebody wanted to buy Shadow X-Rays instead. Want it in a card game? No. Like a gun raffle. My dad has a lot of guns he's won in a gun raffle, and we've gone to many gun raffles together. I think he's won 2 guns in my lifetime. I still haven't won any. Just about everybody else I know has. Okay, so we went there. Should be good there. Would love a Call of the Wild at a 280. That's what I shoot IRL. You like it? I've seen like the one my brother shoots and the damage it causes, so I'm not overly concerned about that on a whitetail or anything. But it'll be a little unfamiliar territory for me. I'm guessing probably a slightly heavier gun, too, because wood stock versus synthetic. A 7 misses on 8. It's going to be pink with purple hearts all over it. I think they need a whitetail rack with paddled antlers. Like palmation? Yeah. Be a neat idea. Like a oddity that I can't think of a game that's ever done it. Like deer hunting, the season has done a lot of unique antler things, but I don't think they've ever done like palmated antlers. 280 is good for elk. Dang. Did I not kill 2 here? Oh. Like it, love it, it's awesome. Well, that's what I like to hear. I'm very much like a confidence-oriented hunter. Like, if I'm confident in my equipment and my abilities and stuff, which I am quite confident generally, but if I'm confident, like, generally, the shot's gonna hit the mark. If I'm questioning anything, where I'm like, you know, last time I shot, I kind of had a bad, you know, few flyers that wasn't good, I'm almost definitely gonna miss. So as long as I feel good about that gun, it'll be just fine. Won a 44, oh, that's so awesome. Won a Marlin 44 mag lever action from a raffle. I must say, I'm a little bit jealous. I really want. I want a 444, which I'm guessing that's what you mean. Although maybe, technically that would be different, right? Anyway, I really want a 444. They're decently expensive. I'll get one eventually. But the other thing is, like, one of the reasons I wanted it was for hunting in Indiana, but they just opened it up so you can use shouldered cartridges on public land, which, you know, at that point, I would just use my odd 8. I blame that 3 for getting in my way. 280 is bigger than 270. Yes. Got a 30-06 for my birthday. Nice. Just like the ubiquitous North America big game caliber. Do you think wolf grind works in medbed? Because I hate hunting at night. Yeah, Mel has, I think, a couple of great one wolves on medbed. Red Bull is better than Monster. Red Bull for me, like, it's so like, I don't know if tangy is the right word. It doesn't quench my thirst as good. It might do better for like energy and caffeine and all that, but I feel like it leaves me still thirsty. Do you like the Blade Rack Fallow? I do. That's another one. Most people didn't really care for it when it got announced. I really liked it. I actually wanted one. Both of my Great One Fallow, though, Irish Elk Rack. Rossi has a Marlin clone in 444. I might look into that. I'm sure that was just an optical illusion, Hunter Man. There's nothing wrong with that. Never had peanut butter and apples before? What? I thought every child ever had that as a snack. Did you ever have what do we call that? Bugs on a log or whatever? It was like a celery stick. This doesn't even sound like a good combo. It was a celery stick, I think it was celery, with peanut butter on it, and then raisins on the peanut butter. That was the bugs. Okay, Christian's at it. I'm not completely insane. You go for it, Hunter Man. I use 280 for whitetail in Northeast PA. I have a Browning A-Bolt. I also had Browning's Boss system on it, and I can shoot bullets that are touching each other at 200 yards, no problem. Nice. To be honest with you, I don't even know what make my dad's 280 is. No clue. We may both be insane, it's possible. Ants on a log, so overrated but so nostalgic. I'm not a big celery fan to begin with. So there's that. But I don't know, maybe the idea was to make kids eat healthy, so you get like a piece of salary. You give them a salary of $100,000 a year and tell them to shut up. You get a piece of celery and then slap some peanut butter and stuff on it so they'll actually eat it. It's like trying to get a dog to eat their medicine. Hey, there we go. Is it too soon to ask what you think the next map after Scotland will be? No, and the reason I say no is because pretty much always, when a new map is announced, that's always, you know, one of the talking points. Well, what's after this? I wouldn't say I have a prediction or anything like that. I'm still hoping for Africa 2.0. I feel like if we're gonna get Africa 2.0, it's gonna be a summer map. It feels like their big maps now come out in the summer. Ski Ridge, Sooner Baton, Emerald Coast, etc. And I don't mean larger maps physically. I just mean like the more significant release, I guess. I'd shut up for a salary of 6 figures. Good point. Another one. The spawning outline's gone. The new Rossies are half the price of the used Marlin, and Marlin doesn't even make guns in 444 anymore. What's the model or whatever? If I were to look into this, I want to know what I'm looking for. Rather they go with squirrels and get the tree AI ready for Africa 2.0 with leopards? Leopards that climb trees would be pretty sick. That would really give like an authentic feel, because it can't be, and I think that's what you're saying with the tree AI. It can't be, there's a certain kind of tree or trees in certain locations that leopards climb. It would have to be almost any, you know, tree within their reach that they can go up. Because otherwise it feels robotic. Do likes equal great one luck, Kyla? Is that what you're saying? We need an Iceland map. What does one hunt in Iceland? I actually don't know. Rossi R95? Where's my... Oh, no. When I moved... Oh, here. But Kyla has my pen. I can't write it down. Dang it. I'll put it on my phone. Went on my first hunt in Virginia, and it was my first experience. I had fun being in nature and had a buck come close to our stand. I'm glad, like, from what I can tell, it sounds like without harvesting a deer, you had a really good time. And I'm glad to hear that. Like, that's what hunting really is all about. Going out there and, you know, filling a tag every now and then is great. But I've spent a lot of days in the woods, and I've spent a lot of days, like, either sick when I'm out there or just miserably cold or whatever. And I still, like, coming back inside afterwards, I'm never mad I went, you know? It's always cool to be out there. Sounds good, Christian. Drive safe. Can't afford to pay the kids 6 figures to get them to shut up. Oh, when I was a youngin', you had to go out and pick your own switch. Oh, it'd make you shut up. Oh, the dog's down there barking. She'll pick her own switch next if she's not careful. What'll be your first animal you hunt on the new map? I mean, whatever's in front of me, basically. The way that I generally approach, like, new map videos is I try to get one of everything by the end. So, kind of whatever's there. Now, I think more, probably to answer more of your question, the first thing that I do, like, a specific hunt for, probably badgers. Now, it depends on what else is on the map. There may be something completely different that changes my mind, but of the few things that have been revealed and stuff, seems like badgers would be cool. Maybe a good use for the pointers again, too. Maybe. I'm not horribly impressed with the pointers as is. Did I go spoil it? I'm just blind. It's weird to me that we skipped this area now. See if these shut up. Give us a New Zealand map. We already have a New Zealand map. Give us another one. Polar bears in Iceland? No, they're not. They can't. Greenland, maybe? There can't be polar bears in Iceland. At least, hold on. I gotta look this up. I'm either dumb or... Are there polar bears in Iceland? It says they apparently appear after drifting... Occasionally appear after drifting from Greenland on ice floes. These sightings are rare and authorities typically euthanize the bears. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Make it part of a mission. Just wasn't prepared for that. Yeah, if they show up, they get killed. That's what I was... In my head, Daniel, that's always what I think of. Greenland is ice. Iceland is green. Whoever named them, I don't know. They say no to the bear and shoot it. Shoo, bear, don't bother me. There's only one male wolf there? That's not really normal, but alright. We got... I guess a 6 and an 8. I wish... that was a good shot. I wish they would, like, not do that whole milling around thing. Need a Japanese map with a panda gray one. I was listening to a podcast, the Meat Eater podcast, and they had on an author that did a book on, like, I think it was Teddy Roosevelt's sons, maybe? And their quest to kill a giant polar bear in wherever... Was it? I don't think it was in China, but maybe it was. Anyway. It was an interesting tale, but it sounds like they really regretted it because it was not a big, scary bear. We need... Wait, is that thing already red? Yeah. No, it's not. Panda gray. If it is, I didn't consider the panda gray one. I think the one animal that you didn't know what it was on the Scotland reveal is a European pine marten. Okay, so I've heard different things on that. Some people have said it's almost certainly a mink because it's in the water. We've talked about the fact that what I'm like really sure is a mink in the Steam image doesn't really look at all like that thing that's standing in the water. So I don't know, like, I guess it could kind of be either one, but they sure didn't look very similar. I hope it's a pine marten. I think that'd be cool. Now, would they have tree climbing? That's the real question. Precursors to squirrels, perhaps. What are the 3 new species of Scotland besides Euro pine marten and badger? Unless it was revealed on Xbox somewhere, pine marten haven't been confirmed. Although we're, maybe talking about that one thing appearing to potentially be a pine marten. American mink and badgers have been confirmed. The rest of them, there was nothing in the trailer to be like, well, it could be this, it could be that, other than the maybe pine marten thing. Tips on the pheasant grind? We did talk about otters, Tyler. It doesn't really look like an otter to me, but maybe. Its tail was hidden underwater, maybe that was on purpose. Because I feel like if we could see its tail, we'd actually be able to identify what it is. Anywho, tips on the pheasant grind. The main thing, after I shot thousands of pheasants and wasn't having any luck, I went and checked, my, exteriors, my solos and stuff, killed a whole bunch of level 2s, and my great one showed up the next day. What about a fisher? They're typically darker, but, I don't know, maybe a European fisher is different? Facial structure of an otter is a lot more flat. I've seen some otters, but this is something that I simply would not have noticed. If you get your 444, you're welcome to come hunt 500 acres of private in Ohio with me. Dang. It's a heck of an offer, man. I'm just curious because of the whole Ohio thing. Did you guys get hit by EHD this year? Otters can't be hunted in Scotland. They're a protected species. While true, Snow leopards, tigers, yak. I mean, we've got a pretty notable list at this point of like protected species we can hunt in Call of the Wild. Since the skin of the badger is really tough and loose, would it be a class 3 or higher? I would still suspect class 2. I mean, like a 243 is plenty for a badger. And when I think of, you know, some of the class 3 guns, we're talking like, speaking of 44s, 44 lever action, we're talking, is the 450? I think it's 4 to 7. 300 blackout. What else? Quist Reaper. That'd be a lot. Quist Reaper's 2. But still, that'd be a lot on a badger. 257 on badgers. And even that is class 2. You can hunt otters if you don't get caught. True. Doing a great one. Bear grind on Silver Ridge. Any tips? I don't know if you're familiar with the, is it 4 lake method? 4 or 5? Anyway, it's the kind of like cluster of lakes in the northwest. If you're not familiar with it, I'd like find a guide on YouTube for doing that. That's the way that I'd recommend doing it. Please get dead. That's terrible shooting. You think raccoon should be class 1 or 2? I liked him better as class 1. I sort of, like, I'm okay with the fact that you have to get a vital hit. But, I don't know, I just thought it made a lot more sense as class 1. No HD where I'm at, it's all down a couple hours south of me? Gotcha. Well, that's good, man. You think EW was hinting at a quest group? Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe? I didn't even consider that, but that is a decent thought. I don't even know what I would, like, we've discussed this a lot on stream, and I'm still not sure what I would think of, like, a mission grade one. On one hand, if it was unique, meaning, like, let's just pretend it's a mission grade one wolf, because I guess there could be wolves on the map. I don't think there's wolves in Scotland. Anywho, let's go with that for the sake of my point here. So there's 9 fabled furs for wolves. If they did a mission great one, my opinion is it should have its own mission specific fur. Fabled, Blood Fang, or something. I think that way it's still a cool mission animal, but it's not like the same thing. Oh, that nice little maneuver there. Get dead. EW replied to someone on IG saying no otters on the Scotland map. Well, there's that. A mission only for a great one? Yeah. It's gotta be unique, because like if you find a normal super rare brown bear, nobody's gonna believe that it's not from the mission. Right. And like the albino brown bear from the mission has like the blood and stuff around the mouth. So like, that kind of stands out. Is that the only... Oh no, the Phantasma and the Sombra and the Ogro, if you the reset over and over again. Played the Hunter for years, on and off. Never had time to grind for a great one. I think a mission one would be cool. That's kind of where I like... As much as I'm very much against the idea of like devaluing trophies, and this was a discussion with herd management years ago, I think if it is a unique fur, then it doesn't devalue anything, and it still gives like the great one experience to people who can't grind for it. It's a little bit of best of both worlds. Depending on the blacktail, do you think they should work on these more? Yeah, they need a model redo, they need an antler redo, like they need an entire overhaul. Question is, will they really add beavers to another map considering they're in Scotland? It wouldn't shock me, and here's why. When I think back to turkeys, they didn't add turkeys, and they didn't add turkeys, and we kept on asking, and like finally they were like, you know what? Here. And here's turkeys in the next 5 maps, too. So, like, I wouldn't be horribly shocked if they added beavers on a couple of different maps. Now, Alberta, I believe it has, like, the largest beaver dam in the world. So it would have been kind of weird if they didn't include them there, but... I don't know. I don't associate Scotland with beavers the same way. Does PA allow straight wall cartridges during muzzleloader season? No. So our early muzzleloader season, the one that's like the 3rd week of archery, October 17th-ish every year, it's, you can use inline or wise, like, I don't think you can use cap locks. Maybe you can. Inline or flintlock for sure. Maybe cap lock too. In the late season, I believe that's only flintlock. I'm fairly sure you cannot use a cap lock. Why these wolves no show up? Need a Switzerland map after Scotland? I don't know what you hunt there, but if there's new species, sign me up. What's up, Jenna? A bunch of level 9s, no rares, no great ones just yet. They're doing me dirty too, like, no showing. Let's come back there in just a sec. Holy, it's Tux. What's going on, man? Welcome on in. Need a Montana map. I mean, Silver Ridge Peaks is kind of that. It could use kind of like an overhaul too, though. Like, the mountains and everything of SRP just don't quite have that feel. Like the Sunapatan Mountains, the Ski Ridge, like the northern part of it, it has like a mountainous vibe that SRP just doesn't give. All right, wolves, where are you at? So roe deer, rock ptarmigan, reindeer, and capercaillie could be the returning species. Are there reindeer in Scotland? I wouldn't mind that. Reindeer on another map? I think SRP is too green if it makes sense. That may be at least part of the problem. Well, skip this spot entirely, I guess. Don't know what else to do. I should check here. Let's just random thought. Let's go and do that. There's one herd of 150 reindeer in Scotland according to Google. I'm trying to remember the Medved thing. There was that certain herd of reindeer that you couldn't shoot. But I guess that's reindeer herders stuff versus wild reindeer. And that sounds like that's not the same thing in Scotland. Finally reached peak adult job and I don't get to watch the stream, but best bet I'm watching all the vids. I appreciate it, man. Glad you can make it in for a little bit here. Arctic map with polar bear, walrus, seals would be so unique and cool. I'm still not entirely, like... I think it would be cool. But I always think of, like, the walruses and stuff, and I'm like, how interesting of a hunt is shooting large, blubbery walrus that's just sitting there? Nenet's reindeer, yes. Or Nenet. They got changed to mountain reindeer, so maybe some other name for Scotland was? Maybe. Scottish reindeer. Kilted reindeer. It'd be close to SRP, but cooler map with moose and grizzly bear and wolf, whitetail, bison, etc. The only thing, though, that isn't adding like anything new to the game, which that's generally my bar for basically any new map concept. If it's adding at least like 5-ish new species, which I realize I'm saying 5 is kind of low for the new map. I ideally want like 6 or 8. But I'll at least... I could get behind the idea of almost any map that's going to have at least like 4 or 5 new species. Have we got anything good yet? Bunch of 9s. No rares or anything. I randomly just kind of remembered this lake exists, and I want to check it for solos and stuff. And then we'll get back to normal. The animal models in Classic don't look as bad as the jackals do in Call of the Wild. Yeah, the jackals... derp dogs would be a better name for them. There's a herd in the, I'm sure it's not Cairngorm Mountains, but that's how I read that. They were extinct but reintroduced in 1952. Nice. Hey, Sparrow, welcome on in. We are doing good. We're out here chilling. It already, that meme writes itself 500 times. A stream hunter man with level 6 and level 7 wolves, so, you know, wouldn't be within the first 100 times. I think the next map needs to be Amazon Jungle or Africa 2.0. Amazon would be neat. And, I mean, I'll say it till I die if it's not out yet. Africa 2.0 needs to happen. Sure hope I don't wait till I die. That'd be kind of rude. They finally get word and they're like, guys, release the Africa 2.0 we've been saving for 60 years. What's up, Ace? Favorite map? My favorite map is a Ski Ridge. I just think it is a digital work of art. What's up, Touchdown? Could Feral Goats be the next great one? I do wonder if that's why they kind of like featured them in that trailer a little bit. It's an interesting thought because they showed them those in Red Deer, I guess, more than anything else. Haven't played in Wait the Hunter in a couple months. How is it? There's supposed to be like a new map coming, or is that already out? No, I think it's. I thought they said it was coming soon, something like that. But there's supposed to be a new free map and some other stuff. But yeah, I haven't played it a whole lot either. All right, these puppies are acting awfully strange, and I don't really appreciate it. We might have to incorporate another zone. Maybe we got to kill a couple. I don't know if that's causing our problems. It's possible we're not killing enough. Max score, Great One Wolf. What is max score? 42? Can finally listen to audio. Did I miss anything other than the level 9? There's been a bunch of 9s, but nothing super special within them. Think Blacktail will ever get a great one? I feel like at some point, most of the, what I'm going to call sort of like iconic species will. So I think elk eventually will. I think even grizzly bear eventually will. I don't know if Blacktail quite fall into that iconic species, but because it's like an OG latent species, maybe. Least favorite map? Probably Mississippi. Yeah, Billy, but you know, every now and then, like a small game map's not a bad thing. Rebentuli Coast, Salisbury Park, they were quite successful releases, so if they hit the other important notes that they did hit with those maps, I think it still has potential. We need to really sneak that shot in there. Good enough. Watch the caps, please. No cap. Feel like Blacktail and Mule Deer are too similar? That's also a point to consider. Do you think that now they might be adding a trapping DLC? They added beavers, now different mustelids like badgers. I don't, and the reason I don't think they'd add a trapping DLC is I don't know how you incorporate trapping into a game and make it anything more than basically like a RNG simulator, which I guess, you know, Great One grinding ain't much different, but there's at least a little bit of like, you gotta make decent shots and stuff, because, you know, in real life you gotta read the sign and you gotta place your trap in the exact right spot, and, you know, for, depending on the species, maybe hide it just right, or other types of traps and other species, bait it with the right stuff and have the bait like in the right spot to actually set off the trap. All that can only just be simulated with like randomness in the game, and I just don't see where that works as good. Okay. I definitely feel like we gotta kill more wolves. It just feels like we're missing stuff. And this isn't the pack to do it with. I really don't want to bring this spot back. But I think these are just some tiny wolves. We could go back here. We'll do here, I guess. Reindeer could also get a new subspecies. I'm playing Medved right now, and they're called mountain reindeer. I don't know what the other subspecies would actually be, like in real life, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Vivi said in the official Discord there'll be a third mustelid. So maybe that was a pine marten? Like standing in the water? Because that would mean mink badgers and something else. Doesn't seem like... But that also then means only 2 other non-mustelid new species. I feel like there's gotta be some waterfowl. Flampaw! Hello there, young... what's your name again? Cyrus, that's what it is. How you doing? Martins for sure. Like the chips. That's terrifying. Anyway. Really wanted California before a ski came out, but now it's way less likely. You know, Ultimate Hunting's supposed to have a California map, and if Call of the Wild did a California map before Ultimate Hunting, it may have nerfed Ultimate Hunting before it ever came out. So, because I want that game to do good, I'm pro Call of the Wild waiting on it, but it'd be a pretty good lineup as you just listed there. Osiris is doing good. Oh, that's excellent. Maybe red squirrels for Scotland? I want fox squirrels at some point, if they ever add squirrels. That's all I know. Alright, change the time, then go back up to the swamp. When do you get early access to Scotland? I don't know. Hopefully, like, decently far ahead of time, because I gotta prep content for rifle season. The good thing is, because apparently, and I'm assuming the date is right, because it adds up, it's a Tuesday. But on the Xbox page, they said December 9th as release. So that gives me a pretty good idea. I'd say most likely, how it's been in the past, we'll probably get early access, like, or be able to release early access content, like the Friday before, which is like December, hang on, 5th? So I'm probably going to prep content at least to the 4th, and I might just wait at that, because if we can then do early access stuff, well, then nobody wants to watch me hunt, like, Silver Ridge Peaks when the new map might be out. So that's my guesstimation for roughly when it'll be. 42 scoring Dawnbreak. Nice, dude. There's a 6 all the way at the back. So I don't know if it's related, but interesting, we went and shot those wolves and immediately these show up. 5 new species and a bare minimum 3 are mustelids. The last 2 I hope. For at least 1 class 4+. I don't know enough about Scotland hunting to have a guess, to be honest. I also hope that 1k kills in the black bear grind, I'm losing motivation. It's one of those things, you just gotta stick with it. Like, it can get a little bit frustrating at times, but keep on going after it. It'll show up eventually. If they ever add Africa 2.0, I'd love to see Oryx. One of my favorite horned animals. Okay, so I know Scimitar horned Oryx are Gensbuck. If I just look up Oryx, is that different? It's showing me Gensbuck, so I don't know. I talked to Soul, she's from Scotland. She said red grouse have to be on there? Red grouse. I'm trying to think. I think I maybe saw those, or was it, no, black grouse. When I looked up Scotland, I think it was black grouse that was on the list. I don't remember seeing it on there, but that doesn't mean much of anything. That just means Google's AI maybe sucks. He responded to me. Yeah, after 3 streams. There's no way I've missed every comment of yours for 3 streams. Maybe there is. I respond mostly to people who have killed 200 whitetails. I feel like the honeymoon phase is pretty much over with Way the Hunter, if that makes sense. I'd say it ended a year ago, personally. You can hunt... Where did that go? There it is. You can hunt woodcock in Scotland. It's quite popular. That would be a really cool species. I wouldn't mind them being added to multiple maps. We have them here. I was, I think I was shed hunting this past spring. And I was just walking along, and the way they fly is, and then they like run really fast with their long legs, but they'll fly up out of there like, and I heard that sound, but I didn't see it. And I go walking along, and there was a little nest with 4 eggs in it. So I hope we get them all over here. But anyway, got engaged. Congrats, Levi. They have puffin. Why? Mel and I got into some puffin argument one time. I can't remember what it was. Sounds good, Jimmy. Can we hear Scottish Flampaw's thoughts on the new map? I don't speak with a Scottish accent. We didn't dump them fellers' tea in the harbor to sound like 'em, I'll tell you that much. I think it's pretty cool to shoot weasels and stuff. Speaking of the war, I shot all kinds of weasels in the trenches. They didn't like to see me coming, no they didn't. Shot a buck last night, IRL? Nice. If you're in Discord and you want to post a picture of him in the IRL hunting and fishing chat, I'd love to see it. Are you a fan of PA's Flintlock season? I don't know if late season Flintlock is really worth it. No. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I never hunt it. If I go out in late season, I take my bow. Because, like, you know, by that point it's been a little over a month since I bow hunted, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I kind of want to go out again. And then I'll go sit once or twice, and I'm like, actually, I'm good. I've had my fill of hunting by that point. By then, I've probably sat in a tree for 200 or 300 hours over the course of the fall, and that's enough for me. See if these showed up. Just got a rare snow goose. Nice. You said the wrong oryx for Gensbuck? Gensbuck are South African oryx? Are they really? I thought for sure. How do you even spell scimitar? Scimitar. Oh. Huh. Alright, well give me those ones. Those look really cool. I want those ones. This whole time I thought that was Gensbuck. What the heck? They did show. Good. Biggest buck you've ever shot, IRL? Is 180 and 6/8. I shot him in December of 2021. So we're coming up already on, what, 4 years since then. Really wanted him to spin. Oh, dead before the shot got there. We call what the Flinter incident? What did I do? Are there any IRL compound bow recommendations? What I always say is, like, if you can go to like a local bow shop or whatever, and if you can, like, I would just be like, hey, I want to buy a bow or buy a new bow, because a lot of them sell used bows too. Typically, you can get them to, you know, like adjust the draw lengths and stuff for you on, you know, a number of different bows. And the one that fits you the best, the one that you like, you know, the draw cycle on, and the, like how fluidly you're able to draw it and shoot it and stuff, that's the one that I would go with. I shoot a dart in Veracity. I'm a huge fan of it. You know, that doesn't mean everybody would, like, it would fit everybody as well as it fits me, but I really like it. Bow shop I went to took care of me really well, except they don't do used anymore. I know, like, my local shop has used bows, which I think is really cool. Got my first bow buck this year. Nice, man. Flinter incident was some funny thing that happened when Sooner Baton was released on some multiplayer server where you got kicked. Don't even remember it. Got a bear bow back in April, Facebook Marketplace. That was, I mean, it wasn't Marketplace, it was a yard sale, but my first bow was a Hoyt MT Sport. Same kind of deal, just that happened to be the one that was at a local yard sale, so that's what I bought. Now these wolves aren't showing. Are there any IRL bow do not buys? Don't buy the $100 bow package off of Amazon. That's a that's an actual thing. Don't do it. Have you seen the Hunter Classic Hacker? Here and there, I've seen a few. Very rarely. 201 Bighorn. Nice, Carson. Congrats, man. Oh, they're howling at me. And they're here. Okay. I'm basically certain one of the males did not respawn. So, I'm only going to kill the 7 this time. This is also, like what K-Flow said, the fact that hackers get banned in Classic. It's a reason you won't see them very often. I think they should take the same approach in Call of the Wild, but hey, what do I know? Big male. Do you fish? I'm a huge fan of kayak fishing in secluded waters. I do, but I don't get out that much. I think the only fishing I did the entire year this year was, we did a 3-day trip in West Virginia. Basically like a catch, clean, cook, camp out on the river and fish all day kind of thing. It was a ton of fun. I want to do it again. Probably not this spring. I imagine Baby's going to make things a little bit difficult with that. You'll make it difficult? You already did. Do you know the what? W Helsing? I don't even know what you're talking about. The new great one could be wild boar, especially since they're a species that can be attracted to a feeder and are an animal in Scotland. And I'll throw you one more potential reason. They appear to be one of the model redo or remaster species based on the Game Feeder trailer. What map would you most want after Africa 2.0 or Africa Tur 2.0? An Arctic map of some kind. Okay, what? Why aren't my male wolves respawning? I'm not a fan of that. Anyway. Comes to it, we'll just start killing them at all the spots, but for now. Oh, the Hunter Classic werewolf stuff. I wear some of it. Arctic could be sweet. Polar bears, that's the main thing I want. Polar bears. You can do like wolverines, at least in some Arctic spots. I mean, that could be a way to get doll sheep into the game. Could maybe do like caribou with a great one caribou. Well, these ones respawned. We have, I guess, big 5 and 7. Need Joe Rogan to do the map commentary on polar bears? Why? I don't understand why these are spooking. They didn't used to. You want to stop again? Thank you. I guess 7's out of there. We'll take 3 of them, but... Chad, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Good to have you here. They make your guy full on green on the camo view? Oh, really? That I didn't know. Muskox. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Very much, I do want muskox. There's the 5. Think wolves... Oh, the wolves spook so randomly? I don't know if it's that they spawn in inconsistent locations, or more so drink in inconsistent locations, or what it is. What do you think the great one with the new map will be, anything in the trailer. I think the feral goat theory is a good one because they did show the feral goats a couple of times. I also think roe deer, even though like roe deer hadn't even been confirmed for the map, they're pretty likely. I like that one as well. What's up, Mike? And, you know, I guess 2 great ones ago was an antler species, but most recent great one being a wolf. Going back to horns or antler great one seems plausible. Hopefully, Jimmy. I think, like, any polar bear multi-mount would be guaranteed to be awesome. I think the goats looked reworked too. Didn't look different to me, but maybe I missed that. Having the same issue with my wolves and penguins would be cool. I don't know if I'd want to shoot a penguin. What remaster animal missing? Red deer, wild boar, and they haven't told us the 3rd one. I won't be shocked if it's roe deer though. Speaking of, you know, the likelihood of them being on the map. They're an OG species that would just stick out like a sore thumb. Given the fact that, you know, their models aren't up to snuff basically, so maybe that. Alright. What happened there? Yep, he'll die. Whitetail non-great one racks need to redo. They have so little mass and too many points. Yes. Drives me nuts that 8x8s are, like, you know, basically insanely common in this game. Whereas a typical 8x8 in real life is a 1 in probably multiple million whitetail. Need a 700-pound Hogzilla great one? As long as it looks 700 pounds, meaning like twice the size of every other pig, sign me up. Made it back, had a few work calls, and had to go take pictures of our beaver dam that is now no more. Is that a good thing that it's no more, or a bad thing? The guy that used to live here apparently would like tear the beaver dam out every time the beavers here would put it back in. I've kind of just let them do their thing, and I don't know if that'll eventually become a problem, but they've been fine so far. Couple of decent wolves, actually 3 decent wolves. Reloading is good. Might have been forward, and I was dead. Just wake up and see Scotland everywhere. Hi, by the way, welcome on in. Yep, Scotland indeed. Confirmed, and we spent the majority of the stream anyway talking, you know, what it can mean for great ones and all that sort of stuff. Okay. That, I didn't look very closely, but it didn't look like the gray fur type to me. Maybe they'd be more of a challenge? Could be. Who knows? Honestly, I feel like a 5x5 whitetail, probably 4 to 6 inches outside the ears with probably 12-inch G2s and so on with decent mass should be a diamond. Totally agree. I've been saying for a long time, like, big 10 points, maybe big 12 points, that should be a common diamond rack. And I'm not saying they should eliminate the, whatever they are, 16 points that we have, but that should be big rack and extremely rare. How about that? He might have been dead before that shot even got there. Definitely biased, but I'd love a great one rosy elk. I'd like to say I'm not biased, and I still think that'd be really cool. New great one's definitely gonna be a goat. By that do you mean one of the greatest of all time, or just literally a goat? Big 8-point diamonds would be cool? Yeah. I mean, like, stereotypical whitetail buck's like an 8-point. 8 to 12 should be by far the standard. Are there any 8-point bucks in Call of the Wild? I don't feel like there are. Because there's like the little spike thing. There might be one 8-point rack. And it's unbelievably spindly. How can I get the beavers to stop tearing down my tree stands? Every time I go to a map, I have to replace tree stands. I'm not sure about anyone else. Are you saying, like... Alright, you go to Yukon, let's say. You have the beavers tear down your stands. You put the stands up, and you go back to Yukon, and it happens again? Are there any duck great ones? There are not. There's a bird great one, a pheasant, but no ducks. Technically, you can get level 1 8-pointers. Oh, the fence rack, right? That do be a thing. Another 9. It had been a minute, I was starting to wonder. That could have gone better. Had he not run into that other wolf, I'm not so sure we didn't have that shot on target. No hero hair great one. Just based on, like, the fact that rabbits don't drink anymore, basically. Although, with the feeders, it'd probably be doable. But outside of feeders, grinding for a great one rabbit with no drink zones would suck so much. They should add the minks back to medbed. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a neat idea. It'd be a perfect little backfill. Paying for the luck we had Friday, because mostly trolls today. Or were those weasels? I think technically weasels, but yeah. Gray Draco King, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Exactly, Marshall. I agree. One thing for whitetail, I want a rare chance of getting a diamond drop time whitetail. Based on, like, the true rack scoring system, I don't know if, you know, adding drop time bucks would be a problem, but assuming they could somehow make it work. Yeah, like, split tines. They have a split brow tine mule deer buck, so why not split brow tine whitetail buck? How's hunting been out east? Pretty decent. I mean, had a good season. I saw a lot of shooter bucks, never managed to stick them all with an arrow. Shot 3 does, so freezer is good and full. And rifle season's around the corner, so hopefully not done yet. My goodness, all my male wolves are just disappearing. I may have to start shooting this pack. I'm still gonna wait. You know, maybe as we incorporate that other pack, this will start to fill back in too. Doing a fallow deer grind on New Zealand. I'm 1,000 kills in and doing herd management. I've managed down the zones that I'm not using, and I'm not getting a lot of diamonds. What do you manage? Like, what size fallow are you leaving alive? Gotcha, Brent. I'll take a quick peek here. Oh, wow. Hey, Tara. All right, let's see here. Should be the only one. And we do another one. What time did Bighorn drink on Rancho? It's 11 to 14. Times on Rancho are, for some reason, all different. Sounds like a good time here in Missouri. It's been terrible. I've went every morning and night for 3 days, and I've only seen a few turkeys. All the hunters here have had the same luck. Yet the last few days here, man, have not been real kind to me either. I've seen some deer, but yeah, turkeys, small bucks, and does. Last time I saw a big buck was November 10th. Okay. I couldn't even remember where I'm going. Onwards. Will there be any population resets when the new map drops? Nothing they've said yet, but, you know, I imagine we'll get more information on that the closer we get. Bro, there's 1-4 in here, like, all the males disappeared. Alright, I guess we'll get... When we shot them at this lake, things weren't a mess. Ever checked the lake directly to the right of Wolfhead? That small lake, we actually checked it during this stream. That's probably the first time I've checked it since I discovered my zones, though. 29 months, also 6 out of 12 height for Tornish. How do you say it? Tornishine, I think. I'm probably like optimistically 8 out of 12. If you know, depending on what other species they reveal, could be a little higher than that. If the other species they reveal are not that interesting, I guess I could be like a 6. That was already dead, didn't need that shot. Let's see if that cures anything. Have you seen the hidden zone? Maybe? I kind of wondered, Muppet. Thank you for the 29 months. Welcome back. At first, I thought you were talking, I thought maybe Kyla had mentioned it, because I think she's 29 weeks today, and I was like, that said months, so he must have meant membership. How much longer are you streaming? A little over an hour. Ooh. What's the hardest Great One grind in your opinion? And my packs are losing high levels? Yeah, they seem to get a little bit weird. Hardest Great One grind, I'd probably Fox, but I didn't think Fox were that bad personally. I just saw Pooch go like 11k, and that's pretty rough. Mark my words, this map is the next Mississippi. Hopefully I'll be proven wrong. So like, I think the thing that makes Mississippi kind of bad is its only like exclusive species is the gators. And the gators are cool, right? But like the novelty wears off fairly quickly of like, all right, well, they kind of just stand there and yeah, they can charge you, but they're not very hard to hunt or anything. And they all look the same as no antlers or whatever. So, you know, the fact that there's 5 new species, at least for a little while, that should make Scotland, like, more unique. But if some of those other new species get added to future maps, then that might change things. Gonna go to bed? Sounds good. Good night. Really chilling in a deer stand watching this. Good luck to you. Hope you can get one. I'm on my little, I guess it's like a, what, 12-day break-ish from hunting. Gonna try to make the most of that and then back at it again for rifle. How do you swap black bears? Shoot a male, shoot a female, don't claim either, well, I'm assuming you're trying to swap a male and a female. Yeah, shoot a male, shoot a female. Don't claim either one, main menu, hope they swap. For me, they really didn't want to. Like, it would take me 3 or 4 attempts, maybe like more than that, to get just a single swap, but it would eventually happen. Yeah, Dylan, it's just not like, it's not an enjoyable experience to hunt the map. That's why they need to add true size. I agree. I remember when the map first came out, I was, like, it came out during our rifle season, as most of the winter maps do. And I hadn't killed a buck that year. This was 2021, so I ended up killing my big buck that year. But anyway, important part of that story. I don't know why I brought that up, but, you know. No, there we go. Alright, that's a little more like it. Our mail showed back up. Okay. So, like, I would go hunting all day, come back, and then, like, stream for 2 hours and go to bed. Like, that was my early access content for Mississippi. Because, you know, I guess I just was trying to hunt as much as I could and didn't have time to make videos, more or less. I say that to say, I actually didn't play the map that much before it officially released, right? So the map comes out, and I remember seeing somebody be like, dude, this true size for gators is so cool. My legendary was huge. And I was like, what? I didn't notice that. And I go running into the game and I look and I'm like, there's no true size. It was like, it was just the feeling that like that level 9 has to be massive, and I guess it threw that person off. Anyway, ever since then, I always wanted that to be a thing. Deer season starts this weekend in South Alabama. How's our season going? Not too bad, man. Freezer's full between like my whole family, kinda. Or everybody that hunts. We're up to 5, but they've all been does. Any luck? Just down another 9. We're about to claim it. Alright. This is for good luck. Quit barking at me. What are you turning away from? I didn't want your luck anyway. It's barely a diamond. Favorite trophy in your lodge? Probably the piebald diamond gray fox. I'd say I have to go with that. True size would be nice for whitetail great ones. I feel like their bodies are so small. Yeah, only being 20 pounds, but although you can see 20 pounds on a whitetail buck, you really can. You know, when there's a 2-year-old deer standing next to a 1-year-old deer, maybe they're more like 30 or 40 pounds different, but you can see it. So they probably should be like physically larger. I guess it's just that one. Boop. My trail cam, I have a solid 188-inch buck that I'm trying to get. That is so specific. Now there's a few videos out there on it, but could you give a simple explanation on how you personally herd manage? I'd like to think I do it in the simplest way you can. Basically, and I usually just have somebody that's smart enough or smarter than me with this stuff tell me, but you choose what size you're leaving alive, right? For wolves, generally you leave level 5s and below. For mule deer, like anything with a 105 to 140 weight estimate you leave. You know, whatever that size range is. And just shoot animals till that size range shows up. Now, you can have like main zones and exterior zones. So like this huge lake down here, Copperbull Lake, it sucks. It's not fun to hunt. It's not fun to grind. So all those wolves, I would just continually shoot them. But anytime I could get a level 5 or below to show up, I would leave it alive. And I kept on doing that until they were all level 5s. And then I just stopped grinding that area because, like, I'm not shooting any of those. Now, contrast that with, like, this area. This might be a main zone. And with a main zone, I'm kind of killing at least 2 wolves here no matter what. So they might both be level 4s, but I'm going to kill them anyway. In this case, there's 7s and 8s, but still. Do you have a favorite map on Hunter Classic? I would say probably Red Feather Falls. I really like Timbergold. Timbergold's a great map, but Red Feather's like my OG favorite. The unfortunate thing with Hunter Classic, I was going to record that earlier today, but there's something going on like externally with like Cloudflare or something weird they called it that's screwing up the game right now, so I couldn't play it. Will they reset red deer population with a remodel? I doubt it. They hadn't needed to do pop resets for like other remodels. Especially with them having a great one. I doubt they'll do that. Thank you, Blade. Hope you have a good one. We'll catch you later. These are no showing. That's at least a little more common for this particular pack. Time change and move. Later, Pool Cat. Appreciate you, dude. Went to check on some beaver traps. Looks like I'm making, what is it? Bannock? And beaver rump stew? Nice. What do you do with the casters, though? That's what I want to know. What's up, Drix? Hope I said your name right. I've been watching your shorts and videos for a while now, but happy I finally caught you live. I'm glad you can make it in, man. We have been grinding away here, killing the occasional diamond. I don't know, we're 5-ish diamonds on the day and probably like 4 trolls as well. You know, Joe, probably the Christmas event, because I get to play it more. Like, it would be the Halloween event, but it coincides with like the rut every year, and I'm just hunting those days. So, you know, I get a few hours to throw at it, but the Christmas event, I'll probably throw like 12 to 15 hours playing that. These are in a great place to see what's in here. Yeah. That's the second 9 that spawned in that pack. That's not even like a shooter pack. I think we got everything we need. Welcome home, Christian. Do we have any hints on what the new grit one might be? Nothing that has been very clearly a hint. We've been talking during the stream today about, like, they featured feral goats in that trailer a decent bit, so maybe that's a hint, but hard to say. When you get the game, you're in single player. How do you join single player? I don't understand the question. What new species are coming to Scotland? The only ones we know for sure are American mink and badgers. Maybe pine marten. The one thing, like, it looks like that might be a pine marten. I didn't think that was a great shot. But I don't know. A lot of people have said it's definitely a mink because it's next to the water and mink spend time near water and eat fish. But it doesn't look like a mink, or it doesn't look like the mink that they showed us. So I don't know. They also said there's another mustelid. So even if that particular one isn't a pine marten, it's still possible there's one on the map. Mythical, and I guess we single lung this one. Where'd he go, feller? You got snow on your head. Okay. At first, when I saw the one animal in the water, I thought it was an otter for a second. That never crossed my mind. I don't know why, but a lot of people have said the same thing. And honestly, like, looking back at it, makes perfect sense. But EW has confirmed it is not an otter. I don't know why they felt the need to confirm that, but they did. Not taxing the diamond? Nah, I'll, if they're like 39.8 plus, I'll tax them. Tips on the multiplayer DC issues? On it, like, I don't know that you can, do anything to fix it necessarily. I try to find a server that I can stay connected to, and I just stay there. Like, even if, like, there's somebody hunting where I want to go, or if it's not the right time, if I can stay connected, I just stay there. What's better than the 100 Classic Christmas event, the Christmas tree music, or the presents? I missed the present collectibles. I don't know why they don't do, like, event collectibles anymore. They don't do the skulls for Halloween, they don't do the presents for Christmas. I had so much fun looking for, like, the gold and silver presents and stuff during the holiday event. I hope they bring that back. Pretty sure it says American Mink on the DLC Steam page. It does, but they said there's a third mustelid. So there's something else too. Don't play multiplayer. That's not a bad piece of advice, but I like multiplayer, so I gotta keep doing it. What's your favorite Grit 1 grind? I like ones that are unique. Like, I enjoyed the Fox grind. I don't know that it's my favorite, but I enjoyed it. My favorite. I mean, Mule Deer because it gives you really cool trophies. Like, the new racks and stuff, especially. I guess Mule Deer is my favorite. But it's not like a unique grind. Remember when diamonds are cool? Yeah. So can you say the name of the new map? Tornasheen without accent is as close as I'm gonna get. As a new player, what's the best grind? If you're like new, meaning like below level 30 anyway, I wouldn't even consider grinding right now, but I guess if you're gonna get into it, like, wolves are a very lucrative grind. If you can get set up for them, you'll make a lot of money doing it. Good pheasant tips for a diamond? Salisbury Park and blast every rooster you see? What do you mean? Recently looked through my trophy lodge and I realized that I have 2 blonde female mallards shot back in like 2022, a month apart from each other, and I guess that makes up for losing my albino bison. I don't know if in 2022 if they were still as apparently insanely rare as they are now. I thought they were moving from the game. I actually asked somebody at EW, I was like, did you guys remove blonde mallards? And they said, no, they're just really rare now. Isn't it like 200k for this up for the grind? You could probably get at least a partial grind set up going for like 100k, but yeah. Little costly to get it going. Kind of crazy that, is it meant to be Hirschfeld? Maybe he's been out for 9 years. Don't know how to spell it, so I did my best. I'm guessing you're saying Hirschfeld. I know, right? I mean, it'll be 9 years in February, but close enough.
I was still a youngin' back when Hirschfeld came out. Oh, there were red deer and roe deer for miles around. And then they added pheasants.
Alright. I know you use the 16 gauge, but are there any others that are good? For pheasants, I'd go 16 gauge. So badger and mink, you think it's slow the weasel, scared and chasing rabbits like the wolves do? I don't know, maybe. Hopefully. What is your favorite rare? I mean, right now I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of getting an acromelanistic wolf, so like, short term that. You said my name right? Well, I'm glad. I really try, and I usually get them wrong. But anytime I can get them right, I'm always glad. Because, I mean, nobody wants to be called the wrong thing, right? I'm sure there's somebody in here right now that's like, yeah, well, you pronounce my name wrong every time, and I just haven't corrected you. Somebody here. And I'm aware of it. I just don't know who it is. Osiris?
Maybe it wasn't Osiris, was it, it was, O'Reilly Auto Parts, that's the one.
What I ignore? I'm not ignoring, I look over and I read the first thing I see. I looked it up. According to Google, back in 2022, blonde female mallards had a 0.1% chance of spawning. Huh. They used to be, like, everywhere at first. Better load up and shoot some wolves, too. I'm about 500 kills into grind 4. Yesterday, I was determined to get a birthday great one, but alas, it didn't happen. I don't know if I've ever tried to get a birthday great one. I know I never have gotten one. Been a whole year of school getting called by my first name, even though I go by my middle name. Yeah, I worked for, goodness, like 3 years at a place where they, same thing. I don't go by my middle name, I go by like a nickname. Because my dad, like, I'm a junior, right? So my dad has the same name as me, so obviously one of us is gonna have a nickname. Anyway, yeah. Everybody there, nobody there knew or cared, I guess, that wasn't what I'm usually called. Shout out that guy. My birthday was yesterday too. Well, happy belated birthday to both of you. Alright. The band on top of your screen, how'd you get that made? It's not even custom made, minus the Flinter part. It was on Etsy from a guy named, I think it was Baranto Designs. Everything, like, all this stuff. Like, the transition that plays there, like the intermission screen, I'm gonna get dead. All that came from that package. Well, we have a male wolf. I mean, there's multiple, but that 4's been there. We've had 2 in here before, so, or 2 in addition to him. No. I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like in the harvest screen. The basket rack on the whitetail's my favorite. When you say basket rack, you're talking like the medium-sized diamonds, or do you not mean diamond? What is your full government name and social security number?
Hang on a minute. Why do you want to know that information? Last time I gave that information out, it was to a wonderful man who helped me fix my computer. I don't know why, but he made me pay him in gift cards. I found that kind of strange.
I think the next 4 great ones will be elk, bighorn, turkey, roe deer, and wild boar. That's 5. I'm confusion. Couple of decent ones in there. Mythical and 7. Oh my goodness. Alright. Kind of, maybe, sort of. Might have next shot it. Do these ones stay or leave? Oh, they actually stayed. Good. Sup, Bears Country? Huge fan of all your videos. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Hope you are too, and glad you can make it in today. No worries, Big Bass. You think they should eventually add crossplay to the game? I play on console, but I want to play on my PC. Or if I want to, I have to start all over again. Yeah, so like when they introduced Apex Connect, I was hoping that would be the time where they brought in cross progression. Unfortunately, obviously they did not. I don't know. Maybe someday. Fingers crossed for that. I actually think we screwed up the first one. Well, he's deader. Good enough. Dream trophy on this grind would be Acro Melodiamond. In general, I want a Melodiamond Whitetail to go with the other 2 super rares I have. Do you think they should add banded birds as either a rare for the diamonds or even a small detail on a great one? If they ever did, I mean, did they ban pheasants? Maybe. But if they ever did like great one waterfowl, yeah, it'd be cool if they had normal fabled plumages, let's say. And then, just because they're already going to be rare as great ones are, maybe like a 1 in 20 chance to be a banded bird too. It'll be chilly in the morning again. Yep, going south, getting out of all that. Hoping the great one to be the piggy. It's been around since release. But excited to see the mink rares. There's real rare for Pine Marten called Canary. It's a very light blonde color with a white head. Well, I hope there are Pine Martens so that there can be that. Currently doing my muley grind, 700 kills in, hoping to get them soon. Fingers crossed for you, man. Like waterfowl hunting in this game, but in the Hunter Classic, from your videos, it looks more realistic. The Hunter Classic does it better, yeah. Just the way the birds interact, like the callers matter more. Timing your call kind of matters, like to how close they circle and all that kind of stuff. It feels a lot more authentic in Classic. Leucistic Bighorn Cape would be the coolest thing ever. Imagine though you get that and they redo the Cape Buffalo. Now that will be something. Cape Buffalo True Horns, like, make it a thing. I know you're watching EW, I know you guys are huge fans. Help me out. Give them True Horns. Give my wolves a reason to spawn as well, because they're, like, not here. Anyway. Best lake on Yukon? For what? A great one. Alligator or crocodile be sick? Yeah, you see one you would see later, and the other one you'd see after a while. That wasn't even funny. Anyway. To drink? The cleanest one. Do I have to drink the entire lake? That'll take me a while. I'm terrible. At least I got the big one. Your favorite great one? Still moose. Still a big fan of moose. How many kills? Honestly, like, there being like literally weeks between grinds, I have no idea. I would think on grind number 2 here, we gotta be 500 anyway, but it could well be way more than that. I just kind of don't know. For wolves, probably the Wolf's Head Lake, to be honest. Ever played Call of the Wild the Angler? Yeah. I did every live stream for, I don't know, 6 months probably, maybe longer than that. Was the Hunter first, about 2 hours of that, sometimes 3, and then the Angler second. It was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. But they stopped development on the Angler, and unfortunately, like, that just nerfed my motivation to play the game. One of these days, I will eventually at least go back and catch the legendaries that I haven't caught, and then also do the Diamond Bingo on Golden Ridge. I will do it. I don't know when, but I will do it. Any super rares? Just got a super rare duck. Like ever, or what you mean? Would you happen to know how respawns work? No one really knows exactly how it works, but like, the gist of it is, like, I just shot 2 male wolves, right? A level 7 and a level 8. So 2 new male wolves will replace those 2 sometime not long after I claim them, or, like, if I don't claim them, after I would end the game, basically. So, generally speaking, the respawn is, like, in a similar size range. So, like, odds are this level 8 is likely to be, like, let's say a 7, 8, or 9, probably next time. But that's not always guaranteed to be the case. Like, it could be smaller. A misunderstood thing about respawns is that, like, okay, so these 2 wolves, right? A 7 and an 8. If I come back here next time and there's 2 6s, that doesn't mean these 2 animals' specific respawns were both 6s. Like, at least the way I believe it to work. Any of the respawns from wolves that I kill, like, you know, in the last few minutes anyway, could end up being the ones that show up here. Like, it's not always directly, you know, you hear like, oh, my Great One respawn is a level 3. Like, well, an animal respawned as a level 3 in the same place as your Great One, but it might not have respawned specifically from your Great One. Bears Country, thank you for the super chat, man. Give me 1 second here, so I don't shoot the wrong animal. Okay. First time ever donating to a YouTuber, but I appreciate that. But you honestly got me into Call of the Wild, and I couldn't thank you enough for that. Well, I'm glad to have introduced you, and glad you're enjoying it. Appreciate the support as well. I gotta know, based on your profile picture, Bears Country, we're talking just like grizzly bears or whatever, or is this like a Chicago Bears? I'm curious. How many harvests do you have in total? Many. 100 and almost 3,000. When's the Arc Raiders stream?
The Raiders, they haven't been good since the 80s. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it is Chicago Bears? Okay. Bear down. Hey, I'm a Steeler fan. I don't know if you know who the Bears are playing Sunday. Could be mortal enemies for about 3 hours. How many Diamond Wolves, King Patriot? I don't know. 5, maybe. Do you know how long you've been playing Classic? My first hunt was something like October 20th, 2010. So, a little over 15 years, which, just saying that casually is insane when I actually think about it, but it's not like I've played it constant over that time frame. Like, there was a good, like, 6 or 7 year stretch where it was pretty well every day. Now it's like twice a week. There was probably like a random year-long period or so in there where I didn't play it. But yeah, for the most part, semi-consistently to extremely consistently for the last 15 years. Favorite fur on the Great One Wolf? I would say... it's so tough. Scarborn or Razorwind. I like them both. You're old?
Yeah, tell me about it. Every morning I wake up and I hear my bones cracking like a piece of bubble wrap.
Posted a video away the hunter recently, but they need a new map. Supposedly there's a new free map coming, actually. How do I think the game's gonna go? I don't know, you guys might be playing Mason Rudolph, and I'm not so sure that that isn't better. When Mason Rudolph got in the game last week, he was orchestrating the offense better than Rodgers was. Like, I don't know, I'm concerned that the Bears' offense with Ben Johnson might just cut through the Steelers like a knife through, or a hot knife through butter. They've not looked great in recent weeks. They keep pulling wins out. But the Steelers haven't looked great either. So frankly, I have no idea. What's up, Squid? Welcome on in. Hey, I saw your video the other day. That was pretty cool. Just got a gold dilute mule deer as my first mule deer rare at about 600 kills. Not bad. Sitting in the stand right now, didn't see a thing. Thanks for the stream to make it interesting. No worries. Want to beat Rodgers so bad. Hate that guy. He is a owner of the Bears, so you should like him for that reason. Steelers haven't looked good in a while. Yeah, you're right. How many kills in? I don't even know. 5 to 600, I'm guessing. Hunt's been decent, Squid. We had a close to an hour there where we were having just weird respawn issues, like my male wolves weren't showing. Actually, I hope it's not back, but might be. Yeah, there they are. Anyway, I started killing wolves at this lake again. I had quit on this lake because I hate this lake. I had it all managed down. I mean, you see all small 5s and stuff. But I wasn't getting respawned, so now I guess we're killing 2 5s here again. And we hope that things continue to be decent. He was big mad. Need more real life hunt videos? I got one coming this weekend. I'm trying to decide what day. It'll probably be Sunday, but I was looking at the other videos I'm releasing. I may move it around the day. Anyway, should be one this weekend and one next weekend. And that brings us into rifle. And I'd imagine I'll get at least one video out of rifle season, maybe 2. It always depends. I'm not really planning on filling many rifle tags. I mean, hopefully I get to kill my buck. We'll see. And then, if everybody else in my family does decent doe hunting, I don't even know if I'll shoot another doe. I've killed 3 already. But, you know, if everybody else is struggling to get out or struggling to get one and we still need more meat for the freezer, I'll shoot another one. You plan on going for an elf or moose hunt in real life? I feel weird hunting elves. I just think they're kind of small. In reality, though, I have been accruing points in Wyoming for elk and pronghorn and mule deer. One of these days, that's going to happen. I imagine it's probably minimum like 2 or 3 years down the road. Again, maybe coming. But it will happen, and it will be a fun trip. I don't even know what we're doing for dinner, King Patriot. Unless Kyla made something, probably something quick. We only have one male here again. I don't want to kill that 4, because usually there's another male in this pack. Didn't miss it, right? Nope. Does keyboard mouse glitch on console? As far as I'm aware, you just can't use keyboard mouse on console. What the heck? Are you sure it was a heart shot, A-Dog? Like, that just doesn't even seem possible. I shot a doe the other night with my bow in the heart. She ran like 60 yards, looked around, and fell down. Currently a hunting guide that works for an outfitter. It would be awesome if you came and hunted for a Montana species. I'd be down for something like that. I want to go out there for sure. I'm assuming Montana has preference points and stuff too. And actually, my buddy Jay, he has looked into some of that stuff. I don't know if he happens to be around right now, but he said it's a very confusing system. But I think he somewhat understands it, so I can probably just be like, "Hey, tell me what to do." Thanks, A-Dog. Only allowed straight wall in Ohio, so I use a 450. I don't know if I'll ever actually end up hunting Ohio. I say every year, like, if I fill my buck tag early, I'll go to Ohio. And I never fill my buck tag early. But I want to get a 444, mostly because I think it's a really cool caliber. But also for like hunts like that, Ohio or wherever, that requires a straight wall cartridge. But I think my brother-in-law got a 450. I can't remember if he got a 350 or a 450, one of the two. Excited to see you bag a pronghorn IRL. That's the one that I'm pretty darn confident I'll accomplish. I'd like to think I can get a mule deer as well. I feel like if I put in enough effort, I have a fair chance at that one. Elk, in all likelihood, I probably won't succeed, but you never know. Because I'm going to do DIY. I don't want to do a guide or anything. I'm not opposed to having someone that's like from the area come with me, but I'm not doing like a professional guide. Ooh, tracks disappeared. I didn't even realize I made a bad shot here. What is the best gun for a starter with DLC? I'm not. If you're asking for like which weapon pack DLC to buy, the Hunter's Choice Pack, whatever the heck it's called, the Community Choice Pack. I think it's Hunter's Choice. It has some really good guns. It has the 375, right? That's in that one. The 450 and the 300 Blackout. All pretty good options, and they just complement the starting 243 quite well. So I'd probably say that one. The only thing that doesn't give you is like a good, like a 22 for smaller animals. Tree. Can't be much further. What happened here? Did he turn? Can't go wrong with the AR DLC. The AR DLC does have a 22, so that's one thing that makes it better. 308 and 223 are both solid options. The 308 specifically is really good. The only thing it doesn't do is cover Class 9. Is the Call of the Wild companion mobile app any good? I don't use it personally, but it's mostly because I have all the information kind of just like in my head. As far as I'm aware, it's pretty good. There was a time when it was largely inaccurate, to be honest. But as far as I understand now, like it's pretty good. Dual PC setup? Nope. Single PC. It's fairly straightforward. You just got the PC here, 3 monitors, like OBS is on one side with my alerts and chat and everything. Games on the main monitor, and then on the left side, left monitor, that one's for like earlier I was tabbing out and looking up Scimitar, Horned Oryx, and I almost said Ibex, and you know, other random uses if I'm collabing with somebody, like I can see Discord, make sure I'm not muted, make sure they're not muted by accident. All those sorts of things happen over there. Are the dogs a DLC? Yes. Is that the only Flans app, Muppet? Favorite alcohol bevy? See, like, I'm super basic with this. Literally just Miller Lite. If I'm drinking, it is a 99% chance it's Miller Lite. I do like Blackberry Brandy, though. Other one. Right there. Probably need a time change. Just got a dark gray. I think I can tell the difference now. So glad I didn't botch it. Nice. Still have not had a dark gray on this grind. Finally got a rare on Friday. Those of you guys that were there saw it. That'll be in a video this week sometime anyway. Coors Banquet on top. They're good. I like them. What else? I mean, almost any light beer, to be perfectly honest, other than Busch Light. Busch Light is disgusting. The companion app is much better than it used to be. Updates very current too. Nice. I still think probably that's something EW should like get behind and be like, hey, we'll buy this from you and we'll keep this going. But they also like, they're pretty big on not sort of hosting that information and letting it be in community based, but I don't know, the app at this point is so widely used, it'd be good if it was just entirely accurate. What's up, Nathan? Anything but a bush? The weird thing is, bush apple is delicious. But, yeah, regular bush light, bleh. Budweiser man myself. Budweiser's good. Personal thoughts on the new map? I'm excited for it. I do think, you know, 5 new species. We know at least 3 of them are mustelids because they revealed 2 of them and they said there's another one coming yet. I'm guessing there's not going to be much in the way of big game, which that side of it's a little more unfortunate because I like hunting big game, but, you know, I'm a huge Saul's Weason, Revan 2-Leaf fan as well. So if it's mostly a small game map, if it plays like those ones where it's frequent opportunities for, you know, shots at birds or, you know, I guess in this case badgers and minks and stuff, I think I'll like it. Laura, thank you for these 17 months. Welcome back. I like to see the old OG Call the Wild Harvest screen in your profile pic. Just feels like simpler times. Do love me some Bapple. Kyla bought 2 or 3, I think. Like 30 packs. End of April. And then she found out she was pregnant like early May. So, suffice to say, I drank all those. Do we know what the great one's going to be? We do not. I'm just starting out on Call of the Wild. Do you have any tips? I'm trying to unlock the whole map, but it's hard to make money and get skill points. I've done some beginner guide content. Although some of my guides are a little bit older and like the game is kind of different now than it used to be. Main things I would say starting out, don't worry about like Great One grinding or anything like that. I would largely just shoot everything you see. Try to level up and gain money that way. There are a lot of beginner guides out there on YouTube. It might not be a bad idea to look those up. And I don't know, if you're willing to, you know, maybe spend $5 or $10, grab a weapon pack DLC or 2, and that'll probably make the like earning money in-game aspect a whole lot easier for you. 30 packs? Wait, just to be clear, I said 2 or 3 30 packs, not 30 packs. Just to be clear, in case you misheard. Hi. Come here. Oh, what? My own dog just punched me in the throat. Oh, you're gonna climb down now after Superman punching me? Thanks. Anyway. Light beer means low alcohol? Got busted walking out, ended up with a pic of me laying down 10 yards behind about a 160-inch 6x6? Wait, like a trail cam picture? I feel like... Hang on a minute. A shadow punching me in the throat screwed up my voice. Anyway, if you have a trail camera picture, if that's what you're saying, you should absolutely send it. Put Shadow on the mic. She left. She jumped up on my lap, punched me in the throat, and ran away. I'll post the Discord? Yes. I want to see it. Haven't had a beer in 5 months and 3 days? Good for you, man. We haven't had beer here the entire time Kyla's been pregnant, but when I go to my parents, normally my dad usually has a case of Miller Lite there, and I'll just drink a few. Early in the football season. Dang, Mason, that's an awesome buck. Anyway, early in the football season, when the Steelers were doing Steeler things, I definitely drank a whole lot more. Ever thought about doing a face cam someday? Maybe. This room really would not I guess I could redo the setup. But, yeah, the way this room sets up, it would not be ideal for a face cam. Hope you have a good hunt. Only came to say that as I needed sleep. Gotta be up early. Good night. Sounds good. Appreciate you jumping in. Have a good one. Did you see me in the back? Oh, it's this picture? Oh my god, I do see you. How did he not see you? You're not covered very well. Need shadow cam again? That's another thing this room doesn't set up nearly as good for. Once we get everything, like, because it's still just a complete mess in here. When we get the nursery and stuff kind of like squared away, that'll make life easier. Because there's, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like a random end table just over there against the wall, directly behind me. There used to be a TV in here. So there's an old wall mount just hanging out. Like, it just looks completely terrible right now. And my wolves aren't showing up. 22 mag and 22H are trash for class 1 compared to 22 LR. Why? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why. Like, they should be far more powerful than they are. The 22 LR, for whatever reason, just has insane ammo stats. I think, honestly, I don't know if it's ammo stats necessarily, or if it's just the gun. My guess is, like, EW probably made the 22, and obviously, like, you're only meant to shoot birds and stuff with it, so it's probably more powerful than it would otherwise need to be. But since you can't kill anything else with it, like, it probably does a high amount of damage, basically. Like, I'm assuming, right, you see the animal's health drop down from 75 to 100. So they have, like, some health meter, let's call it. The 22H, because it's ethical for class 2 as well, it can't just do an insane amount of damage, or it would kill those raccoons and stuff immediately, too. The 22 LR doesn't do much penetration. Whoa. The whole game just freaked out. Anyway, I think it's just mostly a balancing issue. Catch you later, troublemaker. Did you know you can actually bag a moose here in Alberta with a 22 Hornet? Made it legal this year. But why, though? Why would that be legal? If your wolves aren't showing up, that means the great one's trying to spawn? I hope he's trying to spawn. How do I convince him? Had some nice friends donating all kinds of stuff for our nursery and winter clothes that fit my big belly. It helps a lot. Yeah, that's a cool thing, like, what, baby list or registries and all that kind of stuff. The stroller Kyla wanted, just, my cousin just bought that. It just showed up in the mail here today. That definitely has made it a whole lot nicer. Gotcha, Mason. Cool, thanks for coming to Shusty, dude. Welcome on in, really appreciate the support. Enjoy the green name, member badges, emotes in chat, and early access to uploads, and thank you once again, man. Let's, not do that. Oh. And we have 2 males here again. Don't really know what's causing that, but as long as they're here, that's fine by me. Get dead. What do you think about a black-tailed deer great one? I think it's crazy they haven't had one yet. You are so lucky. They need a redo so bad that just for that reason I'd want one. But I actually think a black-tailed great one could be cool. Does Kyla post any Call of the Wild vids? She used to. She, like, started her YouTube channel, though, really, for, like, dino-related games, and, at least at the time, more specifically, a, not technically EW game, an Avalanche Studios game. Oh my god. Second Extinction. And they had this whole big build-up, right? They were releasing a new map, and there's going to be new dinos on it and stuff. And I believe Kyla and Mel both were scheduled to be, like, on the release stream. And then they canceled it. And to be honest, that was kind of the end of Kyla's, not streaming so much, but at least YouTube channel. There were 2 big 5s, one down there, one up there. Did these even spawn in? Nope. They're kind of mean. Scotland forever. I'm gonna have to play my Scottish music again. Kyla's a dino nerd? Oh yes, you should see the amount of dino stuff this child already had. When I say child, I don't mean Kyla, I mean our child that's due in February. He has just an absurd amount of dino clothes and dino everything else. It was guaranteed. A Flinter stream keeps the morale high, that's what we try to. She should stream if she wants to. She used to stream a decent bit. Definitely hasn't streamed as much lately. But, to be honest, this time of year we're pretty busy. What's up, GT? I did actually see you in chat, and I think I may have been even addressing something you said in chat when the stream died. Bunch of diamonds today. No great ones, no rares. Shout out Stegosaurus. Shout out. Stegosaurus, pretty darn cool. Sometimes they're really well hidden, but I think they're just not here. Shout out Allosaurus. Nice. Tell Kyla to stay away from Path of Titans, especially officials. It's awful. Is that the one that's apparently like crazy toxic? I feel like I remember somebody talking about that. How much longer stream? 15, 20 minutes. We'll finish this run and do one more. Oh, did that... might have got lungs anyway. It was spinning as we shot. I think dinos might be the coolest thing ever. They're alright. I think the Isle is the toxic one. I had played the Isle before. The Titans and the Isle can both be pretty toxic? Okay, well. When I played the Isle, I didn't find it to be toxic, but I think it was still pretty new at the time. Now we get a wolf next time, or a great one wolf next time you stream on Twitch. The thing about it is, I don't know when the next Twitch stream is. I'm gonna just check here one more time before we leave. Won't be this Friday. Oh, I think it'll be next Friday. Probably. I have a lot of prep and stuff that I gotta do by then. So, oh. I can't promise there's gonna be a stream next Friday. I also gotta go up to my parents, and we're gonna process that dough that I shot. Yeah, Friday, the next couple Fridays might be video days. Dream big game hunt, caribou in Alaska. Path of Titans is kind of meh, more arcadey. The Isle's more hardcore survival. I just remember being a baby, I think Triceratops, and running for 500 years away from, I don't know, a carnivore species. And like, you were always slower than them. Like, that was part of the balance of it. And it just sucked. It was really tough. I did not win. What's up, Danny? Thank you for the super chat. This stream title has caused more pain for Scotland than anything England has done in the last 500 years. Also, Broncos country, cry Mahomes cry. The first time I felt like the Broncos won a game and they didn't just like pull a rabbit out of their hat. Or anything else. Still have a single Bapple in my house, but I'm saving it for a special occasion. Crockenbird was so fun on the Owl, I don't know if you can still play them now. I don't even know if they were in the game when I played. They might have been. You were talking about buying dino stuff for the baby. Mackenzie Taxidermy Supply has dino mounts you can put on the wall. Out of T-Rexes again? Did they really? I didn't know that. I had... Now, maybe it would be in a separate place. I had a Mackenzie catalog for like all the forms and stuff they had. Why I got that catalog, I don't know. I don't remember the dino things though. What's up, Twangy Tadpole? Welcome on in. What have I missed? Bunch of diamonds, no rares, no great ones. Do you think Expansive World should make a dinosaur hunting standalone game? Yes. They actually have. The Hunter Primal. I have a whole series on the Hunter Primal. That would have been about 4 years ago. But they have long since ended development for that game. It was made on the Hunter Classic engine. With the Hunter Classic assets. I think if they made basically the same premise, same game more or less, on this engine with like these graphics, I think there's a chance the game would actually surpass the Hunter Call of the Wild in popularity. Because like, there's a niche group of people, I guess, that are into like hunting simulation games, I guess. I think the group of people that are interested in dinosaurs is much bigger. How would you feel about the Steelers going head-to-head in the divisional second round of the playoffs? Like at the Patriots, you mean? Not great. It took us 5 turnovers to beat you last time. And the Patriots look better and we look worse. Our defense might be a little improved. I like how sometimes these ones just, they don't show up. They're somewhere else. What's up, Shadowhunter? I don't know how, but I recognize your profile picture. How about those Steelers? Yeah, I know, right? You a hockey fan? I'm not. Like, I enjoyed, so I never really watched any hockey growing up. Parents weren't really hockey fans, like it just wasn't something I was into. I watched that Four Nations face-off this past year, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I'm familiar enough with hockey, because, I mean, really, the rules of hockey and, like, soccer and basketball, all those games are relatively similar. Like, of course, you don't, like, what am I trying to say? You can't get too specific, but the basis of the rule set is the same. So I at least understood enough to be able to enjoy it, but like, I could see myself getting into it, but I don't know if I have the mental space to get behind another team and then be let down when they lose. Like, the Steelers do enough damage to me mentally. Big fan of the Meat Eater podcast. I've been watching the crap out of it lately. I think they do a really good job of like making an interesting show, keeping it light with stuff. Oh, I randomly just remembered too. I don't know what episode it was, but I was listening to it and they were talking about that it was that dinosaur show on Apple TV. But the way Steve Allen was talking about David Attenborough, he was saying he's like so old he has to force his words out. And he just kept doing this thing over and over again. And that's how he was saying David Attenborough talks. And I was like crying laughing in the truck. It was so accurate. Prehistoric Planet. Yes, that's what he was talking about. Because his kids were watching it. Fan of the Pirates then? I root for them to do good, but I don't put any what? Them losing does not affect me. I don't watch them. I don't watch baseball much at all. Like, I get more interested in watching the Braves when we're down in Georgia for, you know, like a week every spring. Like, I like watching those games. I love watching Paul Skeens pitch, but good lord, like, the Pirates owner sucks. They won't pay any of the good players they do get. They always trade them away. So it's just like, I don't know, how can you put any amount of faith in them? Ooh, that barely got him. How did you feel about the Steelers facing the Broncos? I think we could beat the Broncos. Who remembers the the OG hunting game, maybe Carnivores? I've never actually played the OG, but they had a Carnivores Reborn or something on Steam. I think they were supposed to make a new version of that too. I don't know whatever happened to that. But, I played it. It was decent. What's up, Christian? Nothing special. Everybody loves watching Paul Skeen's pitch. This is true. Love Steve Attenborough's the GOAT still being, or still is, despite being 112 years old. I don't disagree that he's the GOAT, but just the way that he kept doing that, he just did it over and over and over again. I was just dying laughing, but Attenborough is actually the GOAT. Where is... There he is. Okay. Painful to play this game, especially during a grind when you have atrocious stick drift. Oh, good lord. I believe that. Yeah, a casual hunt, you could deal with stick drift. Trying to be effective in a grind? No way. Nice, Christian. How long does it take you to get your first diamond or a great one? I mean, it depends. Like, if you get insanely lucky, it could take no time at all. There's one more wolf hiding in there. There he is, a little level 4. So we may have this managed down, but I don't know, I don't trust nothing anymore. What's up, little Mirage? Try to collect the skins from the community challenge, but can't find them. You know, to be perfectly honest, I haven't even looked. It'd probably be a spray or a wrap, maybe. What's up? I'm hunting. Bunch of 9s today. Fair few diamonds. No rares. This is one of them. Where's the one with like the little Frankenstein faces? Oh, it's probably a camo. Yeah. I don't know what the paint was, but they seem to be there. What else is here is our wolves. What ducks you thinking on the map? I'm hoping, are they called shovelers? I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping for them. Let's see. 7 and 7. That equals 12. It's not 12. Favorite animal in Scotland and why? I'm gonna need to see the rest of the ones that they haven't revealed yet. Do you duck hunt IRL? I don't. I'd like to. I've just never really had like an opportunity. My brother-in-law's invited me a couple of times, but every time it's like I'm busy during that time or deer hunting. I can't even remember if duck season and deer season coincides. Either duck or goose does. I'll look again. Sounds good. So hyped for Scotland. I've seen a lot of people that are really, really excited. I'm hoping, like, visually the map looked really good. So if the species are even like pretty decent, it should be a lot of fun. I think the Euro Bison need a new map. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. New map and a model redo, just do them both. Bye. Should I be shooting level 5 solos while stacking in a Great One Mule Deer grind? Yeah, if you're getting solo level 5s, you want to kill them. Well, yeah, even if you're stacking. Because the whole idea, basically, of stacking, really, the whole idea is that my wolves are supposed to show up. Anyway, the whole idea of stacking is to shoot down your exterior zones and your solos. So if you're leaving a level 5 there, that's not, well, see, now maybe I'm lying. Maybe you can leave them and just, like, make those the last things you shoot down. I think that'd be the move. Is Mel hyped? I haven't gotten to see your video yet. I imagine so. It's like map trailer day or like anything like that is such a stressful day from like a content creation perspective. Like probably drives Kyla nuts, but I'm like, literally, don't talk to me. I don't, like, say this. But I'm like, don't talk to me until I get this video done. Like, I can't. I'm just trying to get all the information in. Don't forget anything. Make sure everything relevant's in here. And on that same vein, I haven't talked to Mel yet either. Did I see that correctly? Red Deer's getting remodeled? It is. Was that a ghost bullet? How could that have possibly missed? Anyway, I thought the Red Deer looked pretty good. What's on your wish list for Call of the Wild this year? I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I usually sit down a week or so in advance and start writing down ideas. Definitely, I think character customization is going to be on there. Like, there's all these things that I think of throughout the year, and that's the big thing. Like, I try to sit down and remember those ones, but I need like an hour or two and a pen and paper. Don't talk to me sounds like any typical marriage. Gotta go to calculus class. Good luck. Hopefully you're better at that than I am. I'm really bad. I pre-ordered the new map immediately on Xbox. Is there like any pre-order bonus or anything with Xbox? Like, it used to be on Steam, if you bought it within the first couple of days anyway, you got a little discount. Peace out. Catch you later, Marshall. We got like 4 more spots to check, I think, and then I will be heading out as well. What's up, Addicted to the West? We're chilling, dude. We've been blasting wolves today. Killing all level 9s, no level 10s, though. I missed anything had to do IRL hunting? Nothing, like, insanely special. Bunch of 9s, like I was just saying. One pretty big one, like a high 39s, 39.7-ish. Ever gone deer hunting on Thanksgiving? Nope. Our deer season's not in on Thanksgiving. I have turkey hunted on Thanksgiving because our fall turkey season, it used to run Thursday, Friday, Saturday because our rifle season used to come in on Monday. But now it comes in that Saturday after Thanksgiving. So I believe the turkey season's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think that's what it is. That was almost bad. Do a line grind? Maybe someday. My 2 Christmas wishes for Call of the Wild: fresh pops each session, no more zones. Some sort of like classic mode or whatever for Call of the Wild. I'd get behind that. Because that's what it sounds like is classic mode. That's why I play multiplayer. It gives at least that experience. Minus the hackers. I was in a SRP game today. Don't know when that video is coming out. Sometime this weekish. Anyway, I was in an SRP game today and there was a guy running around speed hacking, and I'm like, I already joined a server and I couldn't connect. This one's the time I want to be in. Hopefully he doesn't come up here. So I hung around for a while. Eventually I got host. Such a satisfying kick. Get out of here. Do you recommend stacking the mule deer grind? I don't think you need to be perfectly honest. Like, mule deer respawn low level pretty often anyway. So, like, in a sense, in theory, this is gonna, like, okay. Listen to the entire thing I'm gonna say before, like, jumping to conclusions. Stacking and having stacked diamonds on your map should make it less likely you get a great one. Once you kill those stacked animals, and hopefully, you know, by stacking you've shot down all your exteriors to really low levels, then, you know, you're in great shape. But while those stacked ones are on your map, you're less likely to get, you know, more diamonds, and in theory you're less likely to get a great one to spawn. So, since they respawn low level pretty often anyway, why not just, you know, grind normally, and you got a fair chance anyway that your great one shows up while you're in the process of, like, just getting your stuff shot down? Boot speed hacker? Dude, the second I realized I got host, because I was just, you know, cruising along and I saw someone fast travel next to me and I'm like, oh, that's the host. Like, I don't want kicked, I better leave. And then I looked on the map and I'm like, that's not the host. Like, it was a new name. So then I looked and like, I got host. Bye. I just, like, I don't get why they gotta do it in multiplayer, man. You want to speed hack, buzz around, freeze animals in place, shoot a million things, whatever. Have fun. Do it in single player. I only play single. I don't play my Xbox enough to justify paying for multiplayer. No, I get that. Honestly, hey, 9 for the last run. I don't know if that's part of, like, the... How do I want to say this? I don't know if it's necessary for, like, Sony and Microsoft or whatever to be able to, you know, charge what they do for the console itself. But in my mind, one of the biggest scams of console gaming is paying to do anything online. Like, it really sucks. Alright. Should they add spears? I just don't know how you add, like, the difficulty aspect of using a spear. You know? Like, on some level, point and shoot with a mouse and point and shoot with a gun is a fairly similar thing, right? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you pull the trigger or you release the arrow, whatever. It's just not quite the same. Oh, it's a max weight. Alright, I like that. Anyway, it's not quite the same with, like, throwing a spear. That action's not the same. Yeah, that's a great question, Billy, but, you know, everybody's different, I guess. Hate that stupid Xbox subscription just to use online, but I also don't want to get a PC and start over. I get that side of it, too. I mean, for years, like, you know, when I played a whole ton of Madden and stuff, $60 a year, every year, just to be able to use the online features. Alright, last spot. A mythical one should be the far left. Nope. Almost far left. Stuff's moving. Good deal. Plans for tomorrow, make a bunch of videos. I'm probably gonna have to record tonight yet. Which will be, I'm tired. Like, I've hunted just the last 3 days. I've spent like 30-ish hours in the tree, and there's only been 33 hours of daylight. Again, ish. So, yeah. 4:45 a.m. alarms and a 3:40 to go hunt up north with Jay. I slept till 8:30 today. I'm still tired. So anyway, gotta record tonight, gotta record tomorrow. Get a bunch of videos prepped. If I can get ahead a little bit on 1 or 2 for Rifle Season 2, that'd be great. And I think I gotta take Collar to the DMV again. Anywho, let's go ahead and grab these two. I'd make a trip back to the Trophy Lodge, but we didn't get anything super spectacular. Just taxed the 1 Diamond Wolf. I feel like we at least solved our problem, where we weren't getting respawns. Got a max weight again. So hopefully Great One number 2 is not too far away. There will be at least 1 Great One Wolf grinding video this week. But as I said, no stream Friday. And will there be a stream Monday? Should be. Or are we not? No, we're not going to be home. Never mind. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Yeah, schedule changes all over the place. That just is what it is this time of year. If there's not a stream, there'll be a video that day. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support and dealing with the internet issues today. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, which frankly, I don't know which it is yet, but there'll be a video of some kind. Bye!